right. We want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rokakadash.
double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom. We're going to get right into it today. Today we're going into our arch nemesis Amalek. So, brother, would begin.
This is Genesis chapter 36, verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
Now we're going to have the origins of Amalek, so that we're clear on where he came from and how he fits into this picture. So, brother, I'm going to go ahead and get that started at 8 and read through 9.
This is Genesis 8.
36.
Oh,
36, chapter 8.
This is Genesis 36 and 8. And it reads, Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir.
Here we see Esau, we see his origins, we're seeing where, we're going to go down and we're going to go right into where Amalek comes in. And if you want to do verse 12 and then yep.
Verse 12. And Timah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife.
Now we see Amalek in the picture. This is the first of the nations. This is who they call now the Jewish people. And these are the same people who have perpetuated the things that have been going on in our world. These are the people, the original owners of the ships. These are the original people that came over and began to conquer. These are those people. And as we get further into it, we'll see that the Most High has a specific designation for these people. I'm not going to jump ahead. I'm going to just keep going with the scriptures. These Amalekites have been our adversary since leaving out of Egypt. And the scriptures, it brings that out also. So, you want to go ahead into matter of fact, grab me Deuteronomy 25 and 17. This is what I said. I just wanted to be clear. These people they've always been our adversary.
Yeah.
They took on the nature of the wound when we were fighting in the wound, and he's mad. He's kept up a steady pace against us. Yeah, please.
This is Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt.
Go ahead to 19.
How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee.
So so basically Amalek was killing our older, the people that were in the back of the line,
The weak ones.
Yeah, the weak ones,
Yeah.
the young ones. He was killing them early on, and we hadn't had any interaction with this man. We were just coming out of our bondage, So he's really took on the hatred of his forefather, and he's despised us. From the very beginning, when we marched out of Egypt, we had no interactions with him at that stage. So this was a pure hatred that was on him to begin to kill our older and are feeble than those that were in the back of the line.
Exactly.
You know, so it's a reason why, you know, he's in the position he's in, and it's a reason why the scriptures declares what it declares against him. Oh, you want to bring that out? Exodus 17.
You want to know?
Where's it go? Oh, you stopped it. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Keep on.
Okay.
Finish it up to 20.
Even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not the Most High. Therefore, it shall be when the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that power, hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that power, giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it.
See, and this was another commandment that we were given. You know, but once again, Israel and its lack of ability or desire to follow those laws and statutes and commandments, you know, this is the reason why we're in the positions we're in now. You know, had we followed that commandment, you know, there's a strong possibility we wouldn't be in the position we're in right now. You know, because Amalek would be dissolved, clean dissolved, missing. You know, go ahead and bring that out.
All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, and verse 8, and it says, "Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim."
And this is the first. Now, you know, originally he was cutting off our feeble, our older ones, the people in the back of the line. But after we began to murmur and complain, this was one of the first afflictions the Most High sent to us. You know, was Amalek again. You know, this man has been a thorn in our side for a long time. So now here we see the Most High, you know, because once again, Israel was moaning, whining, complaining, going against Moses, chiding with Moses. And the Most High sent Amalek, you know. Go on.
Verse 9, "And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in my hand."
You know, and this was a beautiful story, you know, because Moses, you know, with what is it, her and
I'll read it.
Okay, yeah, come on.
Verse 10, it says, "So Joshua did as Moses said to him, and fought with Amalek, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill."
Yeah, that was Aaron and her that was with him. Come.
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Verse 11, it says, "And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed."
So, you know, here we see another great miracle that the Most High provided us, you know, through his servant Moses, you know. And as long as Moses was able to hold that staff up, you know, the children of Israel prevailed. You know, once again, the Most High showing where our power comes from. It doesn't come from us, because as it goes further, when Moses, when his arms became heavy, go ahead, bring it out.
Says,
Yeah, go to 16 basically.
And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
So we see here that when Moses' arms became heavy, Amalek was winning. So it was never our power that defeated our enemies. It was always the Most High, through Yahushua. You know, he's always been our salvation. You know.
Verse 12, it says, "But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun."
So as you see there, you know, if he goes further, then you see that as Moses continued to hold the staff up with the help of his brother and the other Israelite man, you know, we prevailed against Amalek. So this is our first, you know, our second encounter, but our first war with Amalek. And the Most High gave us the victory in that case. You know?
Verse 13.
You got something?
And
No, I was just gonna make a thing because when you were speaking about how they came and attacked us, that's pretty much from the flank, what they call it, the flank,
Mhm.
the behind,
Yeah.
right? They did that basically in the same time of Gad. They went basically. They act like they were making war with them, so the men left, and there was nothing but the women and the children left at at their camp, and they would go in and kill the women and children. So I mean, the same devil, the same old tricks, man.
same
The
damn
devil-
spirit.
Yeah, the same spirit.
Same coward.
He never has a new spirit, man.
Right,
So he
right.
basically did that to you so-called Native American, which are the tribe of Gad, man. Which proved that you're part of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Right? Because that's basically in the scriptures. And the Amalek, right, which is these small hats, which are the same devils that's basically running America, running over in England, Europe, and running our homeland, which is Israel, man. So
Right. And you just got to picture the scene. Moses sitting on a stone, and you got his hands were up. One was one side, the other side holding up his hands.
Right.
Right.
I mean, that's
and that's symbolic to
Yeah.
us praising the Lord.
Yeah.
When you're praising the Lord, you're winning. But anytime you start to faint, guess what? That's when Satan wins. And the elder was basically kind of going into this, was speaking about, you got to remember, even though there's Satan, which is the physical counterpart, which is Esau,
Right.
you still got the spiritual demon Satan. So he was saying, getting into it, I guess they were talking about brothers getting into it with each other. So you got to watch out, because anytime Satan will get into your mind and be like, yeah, look at that, look how you look at me, look how you, and so you getting bitter and then because a brother, either you think the brother said something against you, and really the brother probably didn't say anything, but you're taking these different offenses, and the devil's trying to trip you up to get you out the truth, man.
Letting that jealousy and envy, harbor in your spirit, And once you let that in, and you don't quell it quickly, it'll fester and grow,
Verse 13 says, and Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people and Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword.
And that's beautiful, He said discomforted, run them through, And the Most High gave us the victory in this situation. Go ahead and go to 16 and then
I'll finish it up. It's only a little bit.
Come.
Verse 14, it says, and the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
This is what we have truly to look forward to. Because at some point, this so-called Jewish man he's going to be, his light's going to be put out, All his riches, all his fame, all his glory is going to be turned back into whom it belongs to, I mean, he's again, Esau is a vagabond and man, a criminal on this earth, and he's running from his identity. He's claiming everyone else's identity but his own. But hey, we're coming quickly to the point where he's going to have to let go and claim back to what his true identity. He's being uncovered, basically.
Yeah, which is to go back to his name, which is Bower, and Bower means peasant. So he's going back to his peasant state, man.
Right.
He's gonna be at the bottom again, man.
It's a Nomen.
Yeah, Nomen, yeah.
And this is why we have what's known as Jacob's trouble coming, because this man is going to fight tooth and nail to resist this prophecy. But he'll find, as time continues, he's not going to be able to resist this prophecy. Most High said it's going to happen, and it's going to happen. Whether he can make our people, convince them, oh no, I'm a fair guy, we're all equal. This whole equality thing was made to bring Jacob down. In our lowest condition, to be equal with them, we have to come down further. We literally got to dig a ditch underneath our low condition to be equal with these people. The Most High didn't say we were equal.
That's right. He said, we're above.
Above all nations.
Yeah, kind of.
Esau Edom, the base of men. He's the devil. You know what I mean? He ain't worth jack diddly squat. You know what I mean?
Con. Yeah. Con.
Verse 15, it says that Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh on the side. Verse 16, for he said, because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
So that's why.
Yeah, which prove we had the name too, because they keep trying to, like RUIC,
Yeah.
they in all these other camps with the Most High Christ and blessed, and all these other different things, these different titles, or Yah, or what's the Yahuwah, and all these other different things they want to come up with. But Moses, it was Yahweh, man. He exists, man. So we've always had the name, right?
Con.
So Slacky, I didn't
No,
mean it.
no, you're good. You're good. And that just shows you too that how about Isaiah 66:4. With all of these other camps that should hey, you gotta ask yourself, because I say it all the time, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And I see some of these top brothers in these other camps, man, and your knowledge is without question. But what you seem to be lacking is fear. Because the only way that you could know all that you know and not do what you're supposed to do is that you don't fear the Most High. That you don't believe. You don't believe Yahweh Shai is going to come back. The only way you could think that I want to set up a kingdom here, a kingdom in a kingdom, is that you have no faith. No faith, no belief, and you got
they love their goddamn self too, because they want that money. They want the instant. They want that instant gratification.
When you go back to history, when you look, Esau ain't gonna let you. He's not Esau. Edom, the so-called white man, ain't gonna let you get no. He's not gonna let you have a kingdom within his kingdom.
No.
You know what I mean? If you look at what happened to what was that in Oklahoma?
Oh yeah, Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street.
And that was just one of many.
They tore that up.
Yeah.
We had a lot of communities. Rosewood.
Rosewood.
There were many Black Wall Street.
So Esau Edom already proved to y'all that he's not gonna let you have nothing in his kingdom. He's not gonna let you have a kingdom within his kingdom. That's not how it's gonna work.
It's by design when he brings these movies out and these situations where we went through all this turmoil and he did everything he could to keep it secret, but now all of a sudden through his media he's allowing it to come out. This is by design.
That's right.
I mean, it's the Most High's design, because he's gonna raise these lions. He's gonna rouse them up.
Yeah, because it says in Ecclesiastes, the Lord he looks for the former things, roughly paraphrasing.
Requires the former things.
So basically what you're saying is it's gonna come up anyway, because those former things are.
That which is
If I bring that out while because as we were saying, these other men do not fear the Most High. They have this knowledge, but this knowledge has puffed them up into not believing. But here's their situation.
This is Isaiah 66:4. I will also choose their delusion and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before my eyes, and choose that in which I delight not.
So if you think the Most High and Yahweh Shai delight in you calling him God and Jesus and Most High Christ and all of this madness, and continuing on with this Christianity type education process for his lambs, his sheep. I mean, he told the apostle 3 times, feed my lambs, feed my sheep. And you're going to feed his sheep garbage? He's going to take those of his that are his elect out of there. But you're gonna learn to fear. But when you learn fear, it's not gonna be the type of education you want. Because with the knowledge that you brothers have, you should already be on that page, man. There's no way you should be on page, I'm building the kingdom here. On page, the law, while not emphasizing Yahushua. The law without Yahushua is not going to do you any good. Because you can't keep it.
Salakia. Now also, Nate don't, because I when I first learned about the truth, I was looking for camps. I was driving around. I seen a brother at IUIC, so I went to and the brother was talking to me from IUIC, and I was telling him, man, I want to learn more. He's like, brother, you don't really need the Hebrew. You don't really need to learn all that stuff. You just need the scriptures. But what you understand is, if you don't know the Hebrew, you got to go into these words. That's why you got to love the apostles. You know what I'm saying? From Elder Apostle Har on down, and even Special Apostle Gabar, he really emphasizes it. Even the Apostle Ramla, because the Ramla goes into that Hebrew really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you got to know the words and the meanings behind that, right? Even Elder Yashawamba, he did a thing, and he was saying he got a book called the Ancient Customs of the East. So you got to go through that, and you got to know the customs that the people had at that time, so you can know when you're reading this that it fits this, and you go, oh, that's what this means. Oh, that's what, like when it talks about throwing the shoe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or when a man is supposed to take the husbandhood of a brother's wife because she didn't have any children and he died, and you're supposed to take loose the shoe. You're supposed to know what that means, man. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are our customs. That goes back into, these are the people keep talking about the law, but the law is our customs. That law is what makes you an Israelite. It won't save you, but it's what makes us us.
Yeah.
See, and without understanding all those things, when you read the scriptures, you're lost.
Right.
Because you've been westernized.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Pastor going there all
you've
the time.
been westernized.
You've been in America too goddamn long.
And you got to understand too, this American language is the most bastardized version of English. That's why when you hear plead in the scriptures, you thinking of please, baby, please.
Keith Sweat.
Begging.
You think he Keith Sweat?
Right. Come, I'll be sure and not do you good. You got to understand, when the Most High begins to plead with these nations, he's going to be judging them.
That's right.
This is why everybody always says, oh, the Bible has been changed and this has been done to the... No, just the American language has been bastardized.
That's right.
It's been changed.
It's been changed. The Bible is still the Bible. It hasn't changed. Your mind has been changed to believe what you're told and not what you read.
That's right. Because all you guys doing is going off your thoughts and feelings and emotions, But the scriptures tell you that the Most High's thoughts is not your thoughts, neither is His ways your ways. So how you gonna fathom up in your mind what the Most High think or what the Most High know? No, you got to go off the scriptures, man. We're going off the scriptures because the scriptures is what the Most High thinks. That's how He feels, which is the scriptures, not what you think and what you feel. Nah, we ain't going off that. We're going off what we know. What the Most High said, what thus says Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and what he thought, he spoke, and what he spoke, he meant. So we're going off the scriptures of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? I just have this one scripture.
Okay, yeah, I remember you said you had 3.
This is Proverbs 13:13. It says, whoso despises the word shall be destroyed. So when you're despising this word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what's going to happen to you? You're going to be destroyed because you got the men out here coming out here bringing you the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, this truth of this word from the elders, apostles of GMS on down. We're bringing you what thus says the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We don't care about what you think. We don't care about your feelings.
100% truth.
The 100% truth, man. We're coming out with 100% truth. What thus says the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't listen to these words, you're going to be destroyed. You know what I mean?
And I love the fact that the elder says that because it gets under you niggas' skin.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's like it gets under your skin. You hate that shit, but it is what it is, because he's not afraid to bring out the rape doctrine. You know what I mean? In a Western society, you know, where everything is governed to woman, 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 love the woman. You know, while man, I don't even want to.
But like Apostle Har always say, she's even though she's an Israelite, you could sell your daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened. Like, man, it's a
You'd
perfect
be selling
example.
her to another Israelite. Though.
Israelite, yeah,
Right.
Israelite.
You wouldn't sell it to the
the
heathen.
nation, yeah.
Yeah.
But just the point that you could sell her, and then not to mention, look what Lot did. Lot was about to give his daughter, who's never been touched. Now you got to understand, where in Israel, a priest, Levite, could not have anyone that's not a virgin. Right. So that's a high commodity in Israel.
Used to be.
So yeah, well, yeah, it used to be. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, at the ancient times, knowing the ancient times, that was high commodity. And he's telling these demons, look, you can have my daughters, who's virgins, who've never been touched, as a high commodity, just so he won't do the. Why didn't the angels come in there? Hey man, you can't say that.
Right.
These are the angels.
Right. Yeah.
You can't say that's the woman. That's the black. You know she's a god. I didn't say the black woman's the god or something. Like these dumb niggas, man. These blind, unconscious.
Yeah.
I mean, they're unconscious,
Uncircumcised in heart.
right?
You know, putting her up on a pedestal, and you not even her original dick, nor her only dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
You know.
True. And you're not supposed to be her equal. You the man.
Correct.
You're not. That woman's not on your level. But to place a woman above you proves how weak you are.
John. John, with your precept?
Let's go.
Okay.
And this goes to show that our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because you know you're going by your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, but your thoughts is not the Most High's thoughts. No, your ways is ways. You know what I mean? So this is Psalms 119 and 113 says, "I hate vain thoughts." So the Most High hates your vain thoughts. All the way you thinking, the way you want to worship and all this, the Most High hate that. It's vain, man. And it says, "But thy law do I love." Why? Because we love the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We want to do that which is pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because you know, you got Amalek, you got Esau, Edom out here teaching our people their ways. But when we come out here, when the true men of the Lord come out here and tell you what thus says the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you want to shine us and think that what Esau, Edom is telling you is right.
Oh, and ultimately the law is going to be put in our inward parts.
That's right.
In the kingdom.
Yep.
What does that mean? That means we got to go by the law.
He got to go by the law. So Esau ain't got the law. Because if he had the law, then why he doing what he doing? Why he going around here deceiving our people?
Which means you're not the new covenant.
Man, you know?
And we know the law is not going to justify us now.
Mm.
But hey, we got to do the best we can. Rehearse the righteous acts.
We rehearse the righteous acts, but we know that the law is not going to say. The law is just to protect us, man. That's it. To protect us.
And it's not, like I said, it's our customs. It's what makes
It's our
us
customs,
Israelite.
our way of life.
That's when, especially when you read Romans 3. You got that Romans 3? Get Romans 3 and 30, 31.
This is Romans 3 and
Start at 30.
30.
Uh-huh.
Romans 3 and 30. It says, "Seeing it is one Most High, which shall justify the
One power, he exists. One power,
circumcision by faith,
right? Through
and
faith.
uncircumcision through faith."
And uncircumcision through faith. Why? Because you have to believe. You have to start somewhere. Faith is of substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What's the evidence? The evidence is in the scriptures. We can't see it, but it's definitely evidence. And then you go out camping and you see chariots. So then there's more evidence.
More evidence.
Right? They found the Noah's Ark out there where was it or Turkey or whatever?
Yeah, it was in
they
Turkey.
they found the ark, so that's even more evidence. But we didn't need to see that
We
to
don't have to
believe.
see it.
The evidence is in the scriptures. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, verse 31, "Do we then make void the law
So
through faith?"
do we just say, nah, we don't need the law because, you know, Yahushua died for us, or who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ died for you, and now you could just say, you know what, the laws are done away with. Now a man can wear a dress, he can go do whatever. You can eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. A woman can bump together, and all these other different things, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got all sorts of nonsense. So no, should we void the law through faith? What?
Most I forbid.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai forbid, man. Right? Keep going.
We established the law.
We what?
We established the
We
law.
established the law, and
Right.
and being that it establishes is basically saying that's our customs.
That's
Right.
That's what makes us us. When I read that, I finally thought about it. I was like, what? That's what makes us. Because he said it's not going to save us, but it's what makes us us.
But how you gonna
Right.
establish something if you don't keep it?
Right.
And not only that, but I got this Psalms 119. Now I'm gonna just start at 4 because through thy precepts I get understanding.
Yeah.
Done, baby.
You know what I mean? So again, it's recited here. You know, those precepts are these laws.
Yeah.
Therefore, I hate every false way. And you can't know these false ways unless you know the law.
That's right.
You can't know what to hate. You
Right.
can't know what to hate.
Right. And here's the kicker. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet.
Mm.
So when you following these laws, guess what direction you going? You know what I mean? You can see your path. You can see the adversity of Esau
That's right.
and the wicked and the things that they're doing. And through this, you understand that's not the right way.
That's right.
You know to stay on the straight and narrow. You got come.
Yeah. No, I had this one from earlier because we had brought up, and then I'm gonna do this one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which is been is now,
Yeah.
and that which is to be has already been. And Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, require that which is past, man. And ultimately, that's what's gonna happen, man. The misfortunes and the things, and you mishandling the world. Like that's why I did that thing last week about the unjust steward. When you go into steward means a manager. He was only manage the house or landlord. When you go into the thing, and the whole world is basically like the house.
That's right.
And he's been an unrighteous landlord, man, over the whole entire world, killing the trees, doing all sorts of different things, man.
And the biggest thing
And
that
the Lord's
Most
gonna
High is
require that.
requiring is what you did to his children.
That's right.
You know, you especially, you know, you Americans are famous for thinking you just got away with this shit.
Yeah.
Like everything is everything and we all moving on and can't you know, live it. No, you've never so much as made any type of atonement for your wicked, abominable acts that you did to his children. But there's a reason why you haven't been able to do that either. So you can pay the ultimate judgment. Let him bring this out and then bring
Well, I just want to go back. I know you're going to move forward, but I want to go back.
Okay.
Why we got to keep the laws to the best of our abilities.
Done.
It
Yeah.
says Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 7. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai." That power, holy means separate.
Right.
That's right.
So as a separate people, that's why we keep the laws to the best of our abilities.
That's right.
These other nations weren't given these commandments. So
Right.
it's not for them.
Yeah.
It says the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, that power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Listen, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So that's why we keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities.
Not believing the lies that these people tell you, because they try to tell you that all people are equal, but
Right.
then nobody measured that up against the Amalek, like what we're talking about.
Yeah.
As they're ruling the world, they're on top, and they can go around the world without immunity, with impunity,
Yeah.
with impunity, and do whatever, and never go to jail, never get in trouble, never do the thing. They got all this money. No one ever says nothing. So to tell them that everybody's equal,
Yeah.
right? When they get on their private jets and they go all around the world and they do all these different things, and they never have to answer to anybody.
And what's so I don't know, ironic about that is Amalek don't even treat his own race
Nope.
with equality.
No.
You know what I mean? The
They
rest of
support-
you Edomites, you
they
ain't
support
equal to
Jewish people.
Amalek.
Hey,
Right.
there's some Jewish people in the
Hey.
ghettos, man, out in
Hey.
the slums, and he's ruling the world while he.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You know? And that whole thing that they did back during them wars, you know, he put his own people into that.
On the front
So
line.
that right, so that they could wear that badge of look, we went through some, you know, hard times.
Yeah.
But it don't matter how much you do, Amalek, you can't never equate your hoax to our actual events, to all of the things that we still go through, went through, and are going through.
Which goes back to the Lord's going to require what was passed.
What was passed.
Because even though it's fake, you know, everything that they've been doing is fake.
Right.
Or let's just say it was real. But our Holocaust, like, because I know everybody's talking about the Kanye thing, but a lot of the talking points he have, yeah, he's not a man of the Lord. Yeah, he's not a man of the Lord. We're not in any way saying he's a man of the Lord, but we're saying he's got some very good talking points, and what he's saying is saying, how is it that, like, because he said the thing like this. He said, how is it that Quentin Tarantino can make a movie and have, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio say nigga, but no one says anything. So now why ain't that anti-Semitism, or why ain't that anti-blacktism, or whatever you want to make up?
Right.
Why ain't the whole world like, oh no,
in an uproar about it? You know?
They just laugh about it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Why is it that every time you ride by some damn Edomite's car where they bumping rap music, they're singing along with it? And all of these so-called rappers, man, it's nigga in their songs more than, you know.
Than the words, in the other words.
Right.
Any other words.
Right. You know, promoting gangsterism, promoting violence, promoting all these things that go along. And when you really think about it, Amalek will not let you produce that music unless that's what's in it.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, who's the true perpetrator of these events?
Yeah.
But Amalek. You know, he's the, because you go in there and try to produce some music that uplifts your people. See how far you get.
I was just watching the thing with what's his name? They had a small clip with Island Iverson, and the guy had an interview and saying how people was picking on him or making fun of him because he helped out his family.
Right.
So ain't that what you're supposed to? That was the whole point of getting rich, getting your money, and helping your family. He said people in that industry within his sector or his world, that world of playing basketball, they were making fun of him for helping his family, saying you could have been so much further. You could have did this. You could have did movies. You could have did this. You could have had you could have had the world to yourself if you didn't reach back and help your whole family.
But that's, you know, after learning about Shaq, that's why I've had an affinity for him to a degree, because instead of getting them super big sneaker deals, Shaq went to the small people and got it so that regular people could own his product.
They can benefit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to a degree, you know, that man, I give him kudos, you know. But people like Jordan, man, you know, go invest in more prisons, dude. That's all I can say to that dude. You know, bring that out, please. Okay. Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all their heart, and learn not unto your own understanding. Lean not on your own understanding. In all their ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct their paths. And be not wise in their own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
So, read that one more time.
See.
Read it loud so that they can hear you, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all their heart, and lean not on your own
Which heart is
understanding.
robbed, which is your mind.
Gone. Yeah.
In all their ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct the path.
So, as you can see again, through that word, which is the lamp unto my feet, trusting in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that is how your path is directed. That is how you stay on the straight and narrow. You don't lean to your own understanding. You know?
And that's don't lean to Amalek, Esau, Edom.
Done.
You don't lean to him. That he's not the Most High. But y'all got it to where y'all trusted in Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom ain't gonna lead you nowhere. He can't lead you nowhere. He's trying to lead you to destruction.
The road of perdition.
He's trying to lead you straight to your destruction. So how you gonna follow Esau, Edom when he want to lead you to your destruction? Yahweh Shimei Shai's trying to lead you to eternal life.
if you just use common sense, man, what has this man done that makes him worthy of leadership?
Yeah.
You know, there's nowhere. Only thing that this man has ever produced is weapons of war, diseases, and like one of the brothers made a video too. Like, you know, this man's leadership is consumed with diseases, and why you need to get pinched with some juicy juice in order to survive. You know, the future. You can't go into this man's future just as God created you. You know? Because this man has polluted the entire earth. From the rooter to the tutor, he has polluted it, defiled it. The only thing that he's good at is creating destruction. There's nowhere in history where we see where he created something. You know? He tries to say civilization began, but you got to remember, was it the library in Egypt, or the great library that he destroyed? You know, well before his time, so he could say, "Oh, I create." No, what you created was an amalgamation of a mess.
Yep.
You know. Go ahead, bring that out.
This is off of Wikipedia. Just going into Amalek.
Get back into amalek.
Yeah, because you know the whole thing was getting into what we just were going over is because we know what we have the receipts that prove who this damn devil is.
Fucking wicked.
And it's coming out of these scriptures.
God,
This is the book of, I mean, this is the Wikipedia. It says Amalek was a nation described in the Hebrew Bible as a staunch enemy of the Israelites.
Man, you know, hey, and we went over that in the beginning of this lesson. You know, Amalek was the first to attack us coming out of Egypt for no other reason but just because his hatred from his grandfather had moved on down into his lineage. You know, as we, you know, as Jacob received the blessing, he received the hatred. So that same hatred that followed us from the womb out went to Amalek. You know, he despises us so much he wants to be us. You know, and I don't like saying that he wants that birthright back because it was never his in the first place. Although in that day and time, you know, birthrights were to the eldest, it was never his. The Most High made that clear before they were even born.
And let's make this clear, because you two dirty jakes out there, y'all get on us about talking bad about the so-called white man Esau, Edom, Amalek. You know what I mean? Mount Seir, you know, Basra. You know what I mean? This devil has a track record that proves that he's the devil. This is not our own word. This is what the scripture said. The scriptures call him the devil. The scriptures, the Yahweh Shema Shai, tells you in his own word that the so-called white, y'all looking at us. You know, we talking about the white man. It's evident, man. It's evident throughout the whole scripture, from the old to the apocrypha to the new. It's evident that Esau Edom is this devil. You know, and y'all trusting in this devil. How y'all gonna trust in the devil?
Throughout their whole life.
Through your whole entire life.
Not just through the scriptures.
He has a track record of nothing but death and destruction and life.
And perversion.
Like, come on.
You know?
Yeah, you got the receipts from the scriptures and receipts from history.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get past it. You can't get. He wants you to forget about your past.
Yeah.
But he don't want to forget about his past.
Yeah.
If you think about it, everything that happened to Esau Edom, he wants to remember that. He tells you, he shows you that on the news. Every time he bring up what? The past.
It's the classic Jedi mind trick. It's like,
Yeah.
what don't think about your thing, only think about ours.
Yeah.
So that way you have more compassion you'll have more compassion for Esau's thing than you do for your own plight, which that happens now.
Yep.
Because all these women were upset. I mean, was happy that Kevin Samuels died, but he was trying to push forward us as a people, as a nation,
Bring you up.
Right? To bring you up to speed. Because where's the Chinese man or woman up there saying "F you, da da da, you ain't nothing but a da da da, you some bitch man nigga, da 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 da."
She don't get down with her man like that. You know.
But you'll see our women in broad daylight, walking through the mall or walking through the store, talking to
Butthole
this man
naked.
like he a
Yeah.
dog, like he's a fucking kid.
Well, see, what
While butthole naked.
Yep.
And he's the one that didn't say shit to her coming out like that.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? So it's like he almost it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But what I wanted to say was, you know, this man's propaganda has begun a long time ago, and our people bought into it. Because when you consider who believes in land of the free and home of the brave the most,
Our people.
our people. And where were your dumbasses at when he came up with that slogan?
In
Man,
the field.
You know what I mean? You know, right in this field, right here.
Yeah.
You know, or another one of my favorites. Freedom isn't free. Hold on, how did your ass get here? And you think you free because you was emancipated.
yep.
You wasn't freed. If he would have freed you, he would have said, I'm freeing you. Instead, he emancipated you, which
Yeah.
means he basically just transferred you from being personal property to state property.
Yep.
You don't believe it? Try to leave the state with your children without getting permission. They belong to the state.
So do.
Which is the irony that, like I said, to go back,
Right.
not to keep harping on, but the whole thing with Kanye
Heart,
West.
brother, heart.
With the Kanye West thing is the guy from Chase or whatever took his money out the bank, but Chase benefited off of slaves. So you
Right.
mean I can't have my
Right.
money after you done benefited off my ancestors, put us in slavery, made all this type of insurance money and all this other stuff through the banks.
Right, because
now
the insurance company
because I
benefited.
become a billionaire,
Right.
and you want to try to do whatever you can to try to affect me. Now I can't have my money because I'm saying something about you.
You won't insure me now, but then when I was making that trip over here, you had my ass insured as cargo.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But now that you know,
Right.
hey man, you devils,
can't make
boy.
this up, yeah.
You can't. You're right. You can't make it up.
This is facts. Everything we saying up here is facts. And not only is it facts, you can find it in history. You go to the Bible
Brother
and
said
find
we got the receipts.
it. We got the
Receipts are all through the scriptures.
It says the name Amalek can refer to the nation's founder, a grandson of Esau. His descendants, the Amalekites, or the territories of Amalek, which they inhabited. I'm going to get right to the point. So, you want to read this too? Okay. This is the Esau, the ancestor of Rome. It says in the Bible, Esau is the ancestor of the Edomites who live on Mount Seir, southwest of Judah. So how did the rabbis come to associate Esau and Edom with Rome? Two main factors are at work here: Christianity and Herod.
Yeah.
What we say, it's history, man. You
It
can't,
goes more than receipts.
you can't. We got so much receipts of Esau, Edom, his evil wickedness, man. How he wicked. You know what I mean? He's wicked. He wants everything that come with Esau is death and destruction and lies. Period. Man. He's got a history of death, destruction, and lies, man. Wow.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 36, and verse 8. It says, Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
So there's more of those receipts.
Verse-
You know, hey, I love that, man. The receipts, boy, you got the receipts,
Verse-
photocopies, timestamps, and got your face on it, dude. You know, shit.
It says here, and these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Now I'm going to jump down just to the point here. It says, verse 12,
yeah.
it says, and Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife.
So, that just rehearses what we started this out with. You know, we started the camp with your lineage, so that you can't get out of you can't be Jacob and Esau, dude. I mean, I know you like to think, you know, oh, it came, you know, hey, our Savior, our power determines your lineage through your father. You Amalekites determine your lineage through your mother, which is weird because your mother can have all kind of different semen in her. You know, you don't know what your real dad was.
Which means which proves that they're adverse to the scriptures.
Right.
So when we know who Esau is,
Hmm.
all you got to do is that same Google and go on Google and just type in who is Esau. Well, who is that? That's a so-called white man. That's a so-called white man.
Caveman.
That's a caveman. That's so-called Esau right there.
Yeah.
You can't get past that.
Do it to the other one.
Get both of them.
Yeah. You can't get past that. That's Esau Edom. You can't get past that.
Huh.
There's no way you can get past that.
Huh.
You can't say, well, we're making this up. You can't say, oh, we adding to the Bible. It's great. All you gotta do is go on Google and just type in who is Esau. That's all you gotta do. Who is Esau? And watch what come up. A so-called white man. He ain't even white. He red. So we know that the scriptures are talking about the so-called white man.
Matter of fact.
That Esau Edom, man.
Bring that up. Yeah, bring that up.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 11. For the children being not yet born. For the children not yet being born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
And this is why, when I said earlier, I don't like saying that birthright was it was never yours. You know, it's clear right here in Romans that it was never your birthright. So what you fighting to take, not get back. You know, let's make that clear. You're fighting to take something that wasn't yours. You know,
thief and a liar.
right? Because you really, though you came into this realm first, you're not the first.
Yeah, he's fighting to keep what he stole.
Right.
He already stole it.
Right.
But now he's trying to keep what he stole.
Right.
That's ultimately what it is.
Right. Bring yours out and then 30 and 4.
Yeah, this is Numbers chapter 24.
And then bring after
Numbers 24 and 18. Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly.
So, you know, hey, you possess us now, but in the end, I mean, that's clear as a bell. You're going to be a possession.
Yeah, and that was actually a vision from Balaam.
Huh?
You know that, and Balaam was a heathen.
Yeah.
And the Lord gave him the
Yeah.
you know, the understanding to see to prophet to see what was going to happen in the latter end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
It says valiantly. What is it? H24. I mean H2428. It says strength, might, wealth, armies, force, armies, right? So our army that's going to be that force. The force is going to do valiantly against you. That's valiantly. So basically, valiantly means army. So we're going to be the Lord's army, but not just us. The missiles are the Lord's armies. The animals are the Lord's army. Right? It's a lot of things that actually coming against you. Hey, what's that thing? When animals attack, that was the Lord setting up things for you and letting you see. What is it? Like a preposition of what was gonna happen, what's gonna come anyway, man. Because these animals are gonna attack you. Right? You keep going now. This is Numbers chapter 24.
Jumping.
No, I accidentally tapped it out. Numbers 24 and 19. It says, out of Jacob, which is talking about the elect, man. It's dealing with the elect. Out of Jacob, the elect, and the 1/3 of Israel, right? Men, women, and children, right? Because you can't build a nation without the women, right? So the women are going to have their place. But the main thing is the elect, the 144,000 is men, right? At this time. Shall come he that shall have dominion, right? Which is rulership. So that army, which is dealing with the missiles, dealing with the animals, and dealing with the elect of Israel, is going to be the Lord's army that come and get that dominion. And shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Right? And that city is what dealing with Babylon the Great, which is America, and in all those other places where you have hidden yourselves in your bunkers and in outer space and under the water or wherever you be at. If you survive, Leviathan or whatever, whoever survives after all that, you're going into slavery. You're the first fruits of slavery.
That was a heavy vision. That was a heavy vision.
I want to bring this out, and then you can bring up, because this is Ezekiel 25 and 14. Because hey, the Most High is going to use His people to enact that vengeance, man. We're going to get paybacks on you devils for what you did to us. And Ezekiel 25 and 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger. So you're not going to be dealing with just us and our normal, hatred for you.
Man.
You're going to be dealing with the Most High's anger
Right.
in us, surging through us, man. And according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai power. So you're going to know the Most High's vengeance through His children.
Right.
Man, we're going to lay you devils to waste, man.
And y'all don't know. Y'all think we mad at you. We might be mad at you.
Right.
How about Shimmy Shot angry at y'all, man? He's coming back
Furious.
to tear you guys up, man. So when he put that spirit on us to do y'all, man, we gonna do y'all bad, man. Y'all gonna know his vengeance, man.
So we're going to do valiantly.
Man, y'all gonna know his anger, man. Y'all ain't seen anger yet, man. Y'all think y'all angry at us or we angry at, man. Y'all ain't seen anger yet, man. Wait till y'all by Shimmy outside put that spirit on us, man. We're gonna snatch y'all up, man. For everything that y'all did, not only to us, but to our big brother Yahweh Shai, man. Y'all did him wrong, man. Y'all did him wrong, man.
Yeah.
Y'all did our, man, y'all
Put your
did our
hands
Father,
on
man.
it. Man,
Man, y'all did our Heavenly Father wrong, man. Y'all did our big brother wrong, man.
trying to give him piss and vinegar.
Y'all,
People
we,
are
we,
gonna pay, man.
y'all got something to pay for, man. Y'all think y'all can just live on this earth and do what y'all want and no punishment or repercussions gonna come to you? Y'all got a rude world awakening to wake up to.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 8. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to all thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thy abominations.
You gotta ask yourself, man. When you take account of your history, Esau, you gotta ask yourself, where would mercy fit in with that verse right there? Where would mercy fit in to your punishment? Have you shown mercy? Have you helped the poor? Have you turned back those that are in iniquity? None of that have you done. You furthered all things. You furthered wickedness. You furthered poverty. You furthered pollution. You destroyed everything. And mostly what you did was what you did to the Lord's people.
You afford our affliction.
Man. And there's nothing good coming for you. Go ahead and bring that out while he's looking for something else. Bring yours out.
Yeah, just going into, this is the Jewish Encyclopedia, 1925 edition. It says volume 5, page 41, and it states Edom is modern day Jewry. So basically, those that are dwelling in the Holy Land right now, you're imposters. You're not the people.
Nope.
We know there's some people amongst them,
Yeah.
but as a nation, no, you're not the people.
No.
You don't fit the prophecies, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into some of that. But yeah, so that's what it is. You're nothing but thieves, liars, and you're dwelling in that land right now, and you shouldn't even be there.
Nope. It's not your land. But you claiming to be the Jews. But when somebody asks you what the rest of the tribe, you don't even know what the rest of the tribe is. But you're the Jews. What does Jew mean?
they're probably the ones your boy Yee got that damn, you know, the 12 tribes of Judah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
'Cause why wouldn't he be confused? You went back to the land. You went to our land and then claimed it you know, in return. We're like, well, who are you? We're Judah.
This is coming
You know?
from your encyclopedia.
Right.
This is your words. You're,
You know?
you're admitting you're Edom, but then you try to say you're Jacob.
Yeah.
You
You
can't
know?
be both.
Can't be both, man. We don't get down like African Americans. You
Cause
ain't Judah.
Because you're not going to find white.
Yeah.
You're not going to find black. You're not going to find Hispanic. You're not going to find Native American in the Bible. So what's your true nationality, Esau? What's your... You're not going to be Jacob and Esau, man. You're either going to be Esau or you're going to be Jacob. Which one is it? Because we ain't Esau. We ain't Esau. we know that we Jacob. So you got to be... That process of elimination, man. You got to be Esau, man. You got to be Esau. You the devil that the Bible speak of, man.
You got something?
Yeah, I just, I'm going with that. Is that what? Joe? 30?
Yeah. You can bring it up while you're looking. Go ahead, bring it up.
Okay, this is Job 30 and 3. We'll start at verse 3. For want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up marrows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
You know, hey, you want to expound on that? I mean, because that speaks for itself, Caucasian man. You know, red man, the true red man, Esau. You know, Job is telling us right there. You know, you were so vile and contemptible, and that was way back then.
Way back then.
You know, and so you know we can only imagine. We really don't have to imagine the level. But we don't know all the things that you've done, you know. So there we do use our imagination for, you know, all of the vile, filthy, wicked acts that you've committed.
Well,
You know?
I read a thing. I don't remember exactly where it's at. I think it's, but I read a thing and they were saying that even Edom back in the day, they were that's how they got their riches. When you go into the, because I was reading a thing on the history of Edom, and it said even in their history back in that time, they got their riches from invading other tribes. That's how they were getting rich. Basically, the same thing proves who they are right to this day, because they're basically doing that same thing, going around the world and basically taking people's resources. So they were doing that back then. That's the reason why it says that in that Job 30. Right, because they say he cried after them as a thief, because they were going to other people's villages and raiding them, and that's how they were getting their riches.
Yeah,
And that's how they got this place. That's how they got this land. By mother of our people, man.
the indigenous man. Yeah,
But they have a continuous history of this whole thing, and they want to try to hide it. But the whole thing is, it's all coming up, man.
You know, Esau ain't man. You're the basis of men, man.
yeah. And Job said he wouldn't have them to sit with the dogs of his flock,
Man.
which indicates you have to be pretty vile that he wouldn't even have you around his dogs.
Man.
You know.
Man, he was scared what he was gonna do to his dogs.
Right, because he'd have to kill his damn dog when you're done.
Yeah, kill that Edomite and then kill the
Right.
dog.
Put the dog down
yeah.
and put the Edomite down.
You already know what he's gonna be doing to him.
You know?
King David didn't even like you devils, man.
Okay. Yeah. This is Proverbs chapter 28. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves out. But when they perish, the righteous increase. Right? So ultimately, that's what's going to happen, man. The Lord is rising up us, and your kingdom is going down bit by brick by brick. You know what I mean? And You know, and ultimately, what the wickedness is gonna be perished, man. The Lord's gonna flush out all this wickedness by ICBM missiles. The Lord's gonna use these ICBM missiles to what? To clean out this world, man. Because what? It's defiled. It's a defiled inhabitants, man. It's defiled. The earth is defiled, right? And this thing is polluted, man. And a lot of you Israelites need to know that this is not your rest, man. Because the earth is defiled and this place is polluted, man. You can look at the mountains sometimes, but if it don't rain, you'll see all that pollution. But more than that, your minds love this devil before you love your own people, man. Yeah, it bounced out. Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring this out real quick, and then we just go to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got a.
Oh, okay, I got it. It came back. Salaki. Yeah. This is Proverbs chapter 20, Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right? So ultimately, look, the world is not rejoicing right now. But you're gonna mourn and rejoice, because even these other nations are really against us ruling. But they don't understand that they're really preventing that they're gonna be enjoying it, because after their 1,000 years of slavery, they're gonna get their lands, and they're gonna eat good food and all these different things. So they're gonna actually have a better life than they're having now, even with their so-called kind of rulerships, because they're in kind of like a subsequential like rulerships kind of. But the Edomite got them where they're just barely above them, but then they're ruling above us. And so they're really actually fighting against us to keep their rulership. But they don't know that it's going to actually be better once we get into the kingdom, once we're ruling.
But what a lot of people don't understand, is the Bible tells you that when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Okay, well watch this. Who rejoicing? I don't see nobody rejoicing.
Amalek.
Only Amalek. So, but wait. But when the righteous are in authority, watch this. There's not going to be no more war. Why is there still war going on?
I thought we went home. Because when we go home, war stops, right? Isn't that what the scripture says?
Yeah.
When Israel goes home, war no more.
But wait.
It's Isaiah 2, Micah 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why has there been a?
So why is Esau over there in the land and there's still war? They're not the real Jews. It's evident, man. Like we said, there's receipts proving that Esau Edom is a so-called devil, man. How can y'all just not get that? You know what I mean? We know that just, Yahweh Shimei shall put that spirit on y'all not to understand these scriptures, man. But it's very easy and very evident that
you can know who the devil is,
you
at
can
least.
know.
Yeah, come on.
It's in the scriptures. And then when you look at his track record, it proves it.
Because you don't got to be a genius.
You ain't got to be a rocket scientist
Right.
to know that Esau Edom is this devil. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You know what I mean? Everything that Esau Edom do is death and destruction.
Yeah.
Lies, man.
Yeah, because no one's rejoicing but the elite. The elite of Esau,
That's
the elite of Moab, which is the Chinese, the elite of Ammon are rejoicing, which is the so-called Japanese. Man, the elite of Ham, they're rejoicing, while all the other Hamites are freaking in poverty, looking all crazy. But if you go find out and see those other people that live high up in Africa, you know that they're in bed with the goddamn Esau, man. So why their own people, and of course the Jakes that's there, they really don't give a damn about them Jakes.
No, they don't give a damn.
So that's why they'll go in cahoots with the thing. It's like I said, like we did the lesson about stealing their oil, and they'll go kill them and they'll enslave them. They did what was that thing? That Blood Diamond, whatever that movie. Yeah, most of those were probably Jakes out there in that field. They ain't really enslaving somebody else, because even them Hamites think they're above us, man. Mm-hmm. So, they the thing they want to say, Akata, you know what I'm saying? We're just cotton pickers, right? So even Ham, with his black, ugly self, you know what I'm saying? Super nappy head, he think he better than us too.
Yep.
With his want to look at his daddy's nakedness, man, having ass, man. And you know what I mean? the abominable self, man. That's why, you know, that all that Sodom and Gomorrah and Egypt and all that homosexual stuff really come from him.
Them Canaanites, man.
Yeah, and the Canaan, yeah. Because they were doing it in Egypt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And that speaks right there. What you got? When you, because it tells us all of the nations that were that were against.
Yeah, because go ahead.
I'll get it. There's a book of Psalms, chapter 83, and I'll start at the top. It says, keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power.
That's, us pleading unto our power, because, we've been in this condition for a very long time, and he had to wake us up to realize that we were in this condition, shit. So now we're turning back to our Heavenly Father, and we're asking him, hey, don't be still, help us in our affliction, Come on.
Verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they hate the Most High, That's why they give him these abominable names, And because they know our position with the Most High, well, it's natural that they hate us too, And they've lifted up their head to say that we ain't nothing, And it's crazy because at the same time they tell us that we ain't nothing, they tell us everybody's equal. Let's be equal.
Right, that's
So
what
they're
I was
literally telling you.
That's what I was saying.
You know what I mean? If
Tell
you
Emma
can't
like that.
see, right? If you can't see who you are in this whole situation, then the Most High's got you blinded. Because how can they tell you you ain't shit, but then again they want to be equal?
Yeah.
They want to tell you, well, we all equal, so then you ain't shit neither.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you saying?
Yeah.
That's been the whole
double,
hypocrite.
whole
Right.
hypocrite. Double-minded man is
whole
unstable
hypocrite.
in all his ways, man.
Come.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Keep
because
going.
no, I was kind of going
Yeah,
off what he was doing. But go
sorry.
ahead.
Okay.
Verse 3 says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And I mean, anybody in their right frame of mind can see exactly what that means at this stage,
Yeah.
This crafty counsel has been taken, and we are literally hidden in plain sight.
Right.
Africans, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Dominicans, Cubans, Venezuelans, niggers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
bywords and proverbs.
Bywords and proverbs,
Yeah.
hidden in plain sight. Israelites standing in front of these nations, and these nations don't know who we are. The Most High is bad, man. He hid us and had these other nations nourish us. We've been nourished in the valley of the shadow of death. We've been taken care of. We've been watched over. Hey.
It's true.
And now we're witnessing the beginning of salvation about to enthrall. So all you Christians running around, salvation is to be saved from sin. I'm highly blessed and highly yeah, you're going to figure it out in a minute what salvation is. Salvation is to be saved from one's enemies.
Right.
And see, now we're getting ready to see who these enemies are. Keep going.
Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's why it's Jewish and Israeli and the state of Israel, not the nation of Israel. And Judaism.
Right. They don't call themselves
a religion.
They don't call themselves Israelites.
Right. They can't. They know better. And that's what's so crazy, how they throw it in your face. These are the same people that bring you education. So these are the same people that taught you when you put ISH on the end of anything, it means something like pertaining to, but not that. And then turn around and tell you, well, I'm Jewish. Really? Because I'm confused-ish. You know what I mean? what the hell? They literally put it in your face that they not the people.
Well, because they, you see that thing with Rabbi, was it Abraham Finkelstein? He said, even though we lie, we tell the truth. And what he's saying is, when we lie, we say Jewish. It's because they're lying, but at the same time, they're actually telling the truth.
Yeah,
right? Because what it is, what goes in Jew, because they're similar like, because what? They are from Abraham, Isaac, and what? Esau.
Right.
But they're not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but they're Abraham and Isaac. So guess what they say? I'm Jew-ish.
Right.
Close. So they're
Um,
telling you the
you
lie
know?
and the truth all at the
Yeah,
same
because
time.
they know the scriptures. It says in
Yeah.
Isaac that shall that
That
seed
seed
be
be
called.
called.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
You
Yeah.
got it.
So they know they're Jews, but they're not the chosen.
Well,
No,
they're
they
Hebrews.
come-
They're
they-
Hebrews.
They're
Hebrew,
Hebrew, yeah.
right,
Hebrew.
right. You
They're
know?
Hebrew, Slakia. They're
Yeah, yeah.
Hebrew
And that, yeah.
because they come from Isaac, but
Right.
they're not the chosen.
Well, they come
Don't
from.
come
They
from
come
Well, that's
Jacob,
their
they
myth.
come
That's
from
their
that.
myth.
Well, yeah, Abraham.
Abraham and
yeah.
Isaac. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abraham and Isaac.
You know?
Yeah,
That's why they
you're
refer to
right,
themselves.
you're right.
Yeah,
Slack it.
yeah. That's why they refer to themselves as Semites.
Yep.
Right.
Because that's an amalgamation of Esau and Jacob.
Yeah.
Right.
If there was such a thing. But
Right,
if you
right.
come from Jacob or Esau, you're really a Shemite.
Yep.
Right.
You know? But there's a reason why these people had to come up with a
Shum.
whole new
Because really
brother
goes
that
into
was
Shum.
on the ship.
It's
Right,
really supposed
right,
to be Shum because there ain't
Right.
supposed to be no E's in Hebrew.
right,
But
right.
yeah,
You
some
know?
people say whatever.
They're
But
Hebrew,
at the,
but they ain't Jews.
at the same time, that's you could tell their mentality behind that. It's almost like when I hear that, I can almost hear them chuckling at the same
Right.
time when they say it. Somebody came up to them, well, hey, are you the Jews? Well, I'm Jewish.
Um,
You could just hear him,
yeah,
right, because he giving that lie, like,
You
I'm
know?
Jewish.
With a damn, with a
He's
damn.
he's chuckling in his head, and then they're sitting back ruling the world, and they're chuckling, man, we just told these people that we're really not the people, but we
And they
lied
didn't
and told
get
the
it.
truth,
Right.
and they didn't get it, and
Right.
we're just
Right.
ruling the world. We're all the banks, all the things, Hollywood. We can tell these persons, we'll shut down your thing.
And that's why they know they can tell these people whatever they want to tell them. Because
Yep.
these people are really dumbfounded. You know, I jokingly say that, you know, Noah had another son on the boat, simpleton. And that's where they come from. You know, because that's the only way you could have a line of sim. Is
Yep.
simpleton. He was hidden away back there. That's like the cousin that don't nobody want to talk about. You know, he part of the family, but we don't mention him unless you bring him up. You know,
He's the one with the helmet on.
right, running around bumping into shit all day. You know,
We just keep him in the room and take his food.
you know,
Get
put his,
caged up.
slide his food under the door like, here, man. You know, nobody take this dude out because he don't know how to act.
Yeah,
You know, and that's you devils, man. But you know, that's just a joke. I say, honestly, I know you know, but still, man. I mean, that's the impression you give. Because you're the one claiming to be something that doesn't exist.
Don't even use it.
You know, so why shouldn't I have a little fun at your expense? Simple ass self. Go ahead, keep going.
It says, verse 5, it says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. Verse, keep going.
Yeah.
Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom.
Here we go. And that's Edom once.
Okay.
You know,
And the Ishmaelites.
there you go with the Arabs.
The Arabs, yeah.
You know, and all of these is our family. That's what's busting. All of these enemies that are compassing around about us are family.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's why shit. Our family now is just the brotherhood. Cause shit.
Even now amongst us, because they like
Right,
the brother
right.
be saying, the ones that'll fucking blow your whole fucking face off and then keep shooting.
Man,
It'd be a Jake.
be your own damn people.
So
The ones that'll deceive you the best.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Our own people.
yeah.
You know, this devil can't deceive us anymore. But the dude in purple can
Yeah.
deceive the shit out you. And he know better. You know? But he'll willingly deceive your ass.
Yep.
But like the elder bringing out before that scripture that they should bring forth minstrous women should bring forth monsters, man.
Right,
And that's
right.
what these gang banging niggas is. They monsters,
know?
man.
Monsters,
They
man.
don't care, man.
Not my baby. He's a good boy.
Yeah, all them niggas crying about the what's his name, King Von. But King Von's song was saying, "Nigga, I'm on demon time. I'm finna come. I'm on demon time." But then he died. Everybody's crying.
Everybody hollering.
Demon
hollering
time got
and shit.
paused.
Yeah.
Come on, keep going.
Of Moab.
Your Chinese,
Yep.
And the Hagarenes.
Africans,
Gebal. And that's more Edomites.
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So that's the second Edomite bunch.
And Ammon.
And that's your Japanese.
Right. And Amalek.
There goes your third set of Edomites. You know, back to the first again.
The Philistines.
The Africans.
Yep.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Yeah, more Africans.
Yep.
It says, Ashur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah.
You know? So, I mean, And that's why we feel no sympathy towards you Hamites.
What was
You
that
know?
at the end?
Sure.
Sure.
No. Which is they have hope.
The hoping of Lot.
With
Right.
the,
With the children.
yeah.
You know what?
Moab and Ammon.
But we'll read it again. It says they have hope.
Right.
Hope in it. Because guess where they're getting their Esau or Amalek's mostly getting their money and their commerce and all that other shit comes out from where? From Ammon and Moab.
Right.
Yeah.
So go.
This is Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot.
Right, and that's where their commerce, because most stuff are being shipped from where? From China to America,
Yeah.
and that's going into it being Babylon or being what's the other one? Nineveh, basically, because it was that place where they did the most commerce,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which is Mystery Babylon the Great, which is America, man. I think it was wasn't it another place too? That's supposed to be like that, like Nineveh. It was another one that's supposed to be like that had a lot of commerce. Going back
It was a Tyre and Zidon?
Yeah, Tyre, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
African
Tyre,
countries,
and that's America. It's all three of those wrapped in one. That's America, because it's Tyre and Zidon basically being Egypt, and then and what we said about Sodom. So it's Sodom, and then they got those other ones, because what? That's Moab, basically bringing their all they abominable things here too. You know what I mean?
You got to ask yourself too, man. How is it so much pride in a nation that has nothing that it originated itself?
Right.
America is Babylon, is Rome, is Sodom, and nothing here is original.
Yeah, Nineveh is everything.
Nineveh, nothing you people have come up on your own. But all worship,
Right.
everything about you is a
Yeah,
repeat.
because that Christmas is what Babylon.
Christmas, right?
Yeah.
All of it.
Halloween.
Halloween.
Thanksgiving.
Well, that's about their only original thing.
About their
Thanksgiving. Because
original-
they thanking their
Satan.
devil,
Satan.
right?
Satan, their God.
Satan, their God, for allowing them to rape, rob, and murder the indigenous people of this land. And think the Most High is on their side.
And he against you.
Right. And
With
those-
impunity, right?
Right, with impunity. And those people of our nation that go along with the madness that they did, man, the Most High, that's why you're going to be consumed in the same destruction that they get.
Yeah.
Because you've taken on the characteristics of your damn oppressor.
Yeah.
You don't consider your forefathers and what happened to them. The rape, robbery, and slaughter of your foreparents.
Hey, the Lord is bad. He always gives you a what you call him right when you
right.
said it. Right when you said it, he gave an
You can't
example.
make it up. And then they call themselves by your heritage. Hey man, you people deserve. And that's why judgment's gonna start with our people, man. Because I can't think of nobody that deserves it more that's assimilated into a rapist culture. And these people talk about rape so much, but they raped an entire landmass in the nation to get what they got now, and now they consider themselves to be upright and righteous.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, you people are soiled. You're soaked in the blood of other nations, and you're soaked in the blood of Israel. That's what you're soaked in.
Yeah.
That can't be washed off. So the only way it's gonna come off you is fire.
That's right.
And these people of our nation that's assimilated with you, hey, you got that same fire coming, man.
The same fire.
And this is why the scriptures tells you you're gonna be shamefaced in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna look at you and tell you, hey man, you was going along with this devil and what he did. And his history ain't hidden. This is the only devil that puts his history out there. Celebrates Columbus. Celebrates all his demons and what they did.
The Archetypus.
Right.
When they raided the temple.
Man,
They put in that thing
celebrate
and they
the
celebrate
destruction that they did.
as they basically came out of our temple with all our gold, with the menorah, and they basically put on the Archetypus. So they celebrate.
They celebrate their wickedness.
And then prove it to your face.
And then smile in your face and tell you everything is everything, and you go along with it. Man, you damn devils that joined up to them, you deserve what the Most High is going to bring your ass, man. You deserve every moment of pain and retribution that you get for assimilating to these damn devils. Knowing what they did, they haven't hidden their history. They haven't hid the fact that they used to slice the women open and bust the babies' heads with a stone or stomp on them, boots over bullets. They never hid that.
Fed them to alligators.
They
and
give
shit.
it to you in fucking movies.
Yo.
And you just assimilate to their style and way of life. Hey man, you got it coming, and you're gonna deserve every moment of your anguish.
Every moment.
Back you up a bit, brother.
Come.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20, it says, Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Yes,
That's just going into the chariots. When the Lord comes to bring destruction, as we're going to read in the next verse, with the elect are going to what? They're going to go into those chambers, those chariots. Okay, and it says into the indignation be overpassed. Verse 21, just going what you were saying. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
It is beautiful because the only safe place is going to be them chariots.
That's it.
Babylon, aka America, the flame of this place is going to rise up to the heavens. If you in a plane over this place, you're going to get consumed. If you in a bunker in this place, you're going to be consumed. If you anywhere on the shores of this land, when these damn nations and the Most High brings his indignation, you are going to be consumed in the worst, bestest of ways.
Yeah, and the Lord's saving it the best for last.
Come.
That's
The
right.
best for last, man.
I mean, see, look what's going on around the world, man. You know, all these other nations getting punished.
Yeah, they're getting hit.
They get hit.
Yeah.
But what? Yahweh shit, everybody talking about, hey, it ain't happening to the United States. Okay, that's because Yahweh shit is saving the best for last.
Right.
The grand finale. The grand finale is so-called Babylon the Great.
And what's
America
going to make
gonna
it
get hit.
special is that these other nations have always been in a state of poverty, have always been in a state of destitution and helplessness. So to a degree, the shit that they're going through, they've always been used to it.
Yeah.
The
But
warring and fighting and stuff. Too.
Right, right.
They seen people
man,
arms and limbs
As
scattered
children.
from each other and all
As-
these other type of
right,
things.
right.
Suicide bombers and stuff. So they kind of, but when they hit here,
yeah.
these people are not ready, man.
Hey,
No,
these
they're not ready.
bloated
They're
ass
not ready.
Americans, man, you're
They're
not
not
ready.
Video game playing,
For-
Twinkie eating,
Right.
You know. all
Wait
these
till you
different
have
things,
to go
man.
a day without eating.
Yeah.
We feeding after the teeth. We feeding after
Right,
the teeth.
and that's first day.
It said the heart's gonna melt
Man.
gonna faint from basically for being in fear.
You know? And you women, wait till you have to deal with nobody to come when you call.
Man.
When that man that you've been dealing with is about had it with you talking to him like another man standing in his face.
Yo.
Not to forget the prison, all those prisoners they're gonna release.
Man.
Because
Man.
once the prisoners can't make any money, what are they gonna do with them?
Right,
They're gonna
yeah.
let them go.
They're
You're gonna have a bunch of wild
Yeah,
dogs.
they're gonna release Tyrone and Pablo. They're gonna get busy.
They ain't gonna be fucking around.
Y'all women gonna try to run, man. Y'all,
And they ain't had pussy last time pussy had them. So woo
Man,
so even all you little lesbian women, you finna get dug into.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, but
Yeah.
they even go after the damn man.
Yeah, ain't gonna go
Yeah.
after the men too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, but the ones gonna be their favorite is these lesbian chicks.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your favorite, man.
Your shit's gonna be tight.
Tight, man.
And all you women that all you women that called the police and had these men put in prison, man, they coming for
Yeah,
you.
they coming to see you.
They coming to see you.
They coming to see
They
you.
coming to see you. You ain't getting away from that. They gonna come see you.
Tight, man. God. Hey, this is Numbers chapter 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, and he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So ultimately, yeah, 'cause you said, man, Amalek, yeah, you're ruling, right? You got the banks, you got all these things, and you should have that. When your end is that you're gonna perish forever, you should have all the spoils of the earth, man. Which that's what the Lord said you were gonna have. Which is actually Yahweh Shai, when he's Isaac, and he gave you the blessing that the sword, and you will have the fatness of the earth. But then when he came back as Yahweh Shai, he said, he who lived by the sword shall perish, man. So after he gave you the blessing, he turned around and took it away. He took the blessing back. By saying, hey, look, you're going to live by that sword, but guess what? You're going to die by that motherfucker too. So that's why ICBM missiles, which is the Lord's sword, right? My sword should be bathed in heaven, right? Which is the ICBM missile. That's how you're going to bring down your kingdom, man. You're going to perish forever. So Amalek, you're really nothing, man. Right? That's why you are the Bowers. You're finna go back to being a Bower, man. That's what we're gonna call you that. Whatever you, I don't know how you say that in Hebrew. We don't know how you say that in Hebrew, but when we get that, when we get a chance, no, I'm gonna be saying Bower all day in Hebrew, man. Just to let you know you're that peasant, man.
You
Followed by a foot.
Yeah, come.
Bower. Bah!
Right.
That's how you gonna hear it. When you hear that name, prepare it, tighten up. You know? Hey, let's get back to it. You want to bring out that Deuteronomy 25? Start at 17 through 19.
Yeah, I got you.
And grab me 1 Samuel 15, 2 and 3.
You still want this?
19 out?
25, 17 through 19.
Okay, yeah. So Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come from out of Egypt.
So this is when you first, you attack us for just basically us being us and you being you. You had no reason to bother us. We were just coming out of bondage. So the Most High is telling us again, hey, remember what this people did. Hey, you don't get away with it, man. You're not getting away with nothing at all.
Read earlier.
Yeah.
The Lord requires a path. This
Right.
hey, this
Right.
can be coming back up, like the brother said. The receipts.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? We have all the receipts, man.
Time stamped, dated, and got your face on it.
Right.
You made your bed, you gotta lay in it.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh, man, I heard that since my mama. That was scary back then.
You laid your bed, you made your bed, you gotta lay in it.
Lay down with dogs.
You're not gonna sit here and kill off, try to kill off the apple of the Most High's eye and think that nothing is going to happen to you.
Hey, not only that, but that goes back because as Herod, you tried to kill Yahweh himself.
Did. So I
You
can
know?
tear him up.
Hey, as Pharaoh, you were trying to take out the children back then. You damn devils, man. And that's all you nations. That's why it's gonna be such a beautiful recompense upon you.
Yep.
You used to kill our children like it was sport.
Yep.
Trying to evade prophecy. Man, hey, the Most High protects his own. We are his own, man.
Which proves how powerful the Most High is, because these are just demons. These are just heathens, and something about what was going on. They could tell something was happening, but they didn't know exactly. They were just like kill them all,
Kill all the
kill all
boys.
the boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's a reason why it was never kill the girl. Because everybody knows where the seed comes from. You got to be American to be dumb enough to think you from the lineage of your mother. You American or Amalek. These are the only people that think your lineage is prescribed from your mother.
Well, actually, Malachi, they say that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I said. Americans are Amalek.
But I was gonna say, Amalek ruled us by the school system because back in the day, when I first came in, before I came in truth, when I started studying about like the Illuminati, when you go into that whole thing in the Illuminati, the Amalek had a bank called the Bank of Lucifer, and the Bank of Lucifer actually funds all the school systems. So it makes sense that
Under Rockefeller.
under
Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Right.
So it makes sense that they would teach them that same thing. That's why like you said, Amalek in America, because they're pushing that same vibration to the
Amalek pushes the American agenda.
Right.
And a lot of folks don't know too. Amalek is in charge of Catholicism. You know what I mean? That's what's busting, boy. Y'all people don't know who's ruling you, man.
That's why we look crazy.
Right.
Like, what are you saying?
Hey.
But the scriptures tell you that they wicked is evil as hell.
Yeah.
It says, Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 18, how he met thee by the way and smote the hindermost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee.
See, that still goes back into what I said again. Cowards.
Yup.
You know? Cowards, man. You go after the feeble. Like the brother was saying, when you came over here, you went after, you get the men of war out, and then you go kill the women and children. Cowards, man. You know? Hey, but that's why the natives was taking your women. Because they understood, I don't need our women to bring us back.
Nope.
Bust your woman and bring us back through her.
Yep.
Hey, man, that's beautiful, man.
Remember that movie, the last, the native guy. Was it the last Mohican? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so like you said, the last of the Mohican, but that last Mohican was what, a man.
Right.
So he wasn't the last. Once he, you know what I'm saying, popped the late, yeah, he went the last Mohican.
Yeah.
So guess what? The Mohicans are back, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So at the end, what? Hey, it says what?
And,
Hey,
the truth overcame,
Came
but
in
in the
what?
end,
And he shall
Gad
what?
shall overcome.
he shall overcome, man.
That's right.
And
So-
we're seeing Gad wake up too
Right.
now.
We
You
seen
know,
him wake up.
Right.
You know, hey man,
Boy,
you
y'all in
$5,
trouble.
you $5, boy. You better get out of there before the true Gadites wake up, because you're gonna be the first part of the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, they gotta get them first. The ones that
Yeah.
for the $5
Yeah, you
Indians,
$5,
them opposers. Yeah, you posers.
You know,
Yeah.
And Gad, he, man,
Gad don't fuck around, man.
Gad don't play, man.
Gad don't fuck
They
around.
two warriors, man. And they about to tear y'all it up, man.
America still practices some of Gad's type skills
War,
in,
right?
in
Yeah, that's why
warfare.
you get them war. Yeah,
You know,
warfare.
causes a lot of their equipment after.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah, because I used to work on
Tomahawk coming back in a special way.
Yeah, I used to work on a reservation, and that's kind of what kind of mentality. Sometimes I think that's the kind of mentality we need to have, because I work on the reservation, and they had a thing where they had a vote. They could have built a hospital, but it would allow anybody because it's a hospital.
Right.
So they said, no, we don't want everybody.
Yeah.
Just build us a health center.
Right. Yeah.
So they built a health center just so only they can, so the only they
It's
people
better
can go.
anyway, though, because
Right.
hospitals are places
And then-
you go to die or get put on Esau's drugs.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the mentality like
Right.
of regular Jake, because their mentality was like, we want our stuff to be for just us.
Yeah.
They built a brand new rec center with an indoor wave pool and all stuff. And normally they have the thing where anybody can go, but they decided to vote, so we're only tribal members can go there.
Right.
So we gotta have, that's kind of like that royal mentality where our people are always saying, well, what about Esau? Well, what about the white man? No, man, you gotta be about us.
Well, you know, we blame Martin Luther Queen and all the rest of those damn so-called
Malcolm X.
whatever the hell they were, because they never took into consideration, man. Hey, when we were in segregation, we had our own hospital.
Yep.
Because Esau didn't want you in his, and he definitely wasn't going to come to ours.
Nope.
We had our own restaurant.
But then we had the best doctors because the ones
Right.
who created open heart surgery,
All
open
of
brain
it,
surgery
all
came
of
from
it.
us.
Right.
So then we had the best of the best,
Yeah.
but they tricked you to think that Esau was better.
Right. You know, that you would be better off if you could drink from that white fountain.
Yep.
You know, not paying attention, black fountain, white fountain, it's the same goddamn water.
Same water.
And if you'd have faith in the power that put us in the position, our water would have been better than theirs anyway.
Way
better
better.
for
It
us,
most likely was.
with all the things still in it that helped us and preserved us, you know. But instead, we bought into that bullshit called assimilation.
Right.
And now our people have assimilated, and really what really came out of that culture was this crooked letter environment, man. These damn moles. That's what really, because Martin Luther Queen and the rest of them, hey, that true agenda was Moism, man.
Yep.
And that's why they're the ones still under that umbrella. When you talk about civil rights and things like that, hey, our people aren't brought up anymore.
Yeah, the Democrat, that's what they bring up.
Yeah,
That's why the first thing,
it's Moism.
yeah, that's why the first thing when Biden went in, that's the
Right.
first things he signed.
Him, your boy
Yeah.
before him,
Obama.
Osama bin Laden,
Homo
bin Laden, man, you know. And just to clarify, that African ain't our people.
So,
He's a real African American. His daddy was African, and his
Yeah.
mama was a so-called American. That's the African American.
yep.
Shit. We ain't that, and that ain't us. You know? And the true ones of us knew that, man. You know? But, hey, you know, and he didn't do any good for our people. None. Go ahead, bring your precept out. Okay, come on, go ahead, finish.
It says, when thus went faint and weary. Deuteronomy 25 and 18 to finish 18. It says, when thus was faint and weary, he feared not Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Therefore, it shall be when Yahweh thy power, Bashem Yahushai, have given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land which Yahweh thy power, Bashem Yahushai, give thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thus shall blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thus shall not forget it. Oh wow.
So this is why I say, you know, we are the originators of our own turmoil, you know, under King Saul, and this is why his house went down. You know what I mean? Grab me 1 Samuel 15, and just do 2 and 3, and then jump from 9 till 11. Yeah, go ahead, bring yours out real quick.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 15. Also before they burnt the fat, the priest servant came and said to the man that sacrificed to give flesh to roast for the priest, for he will not have sodden flesh to thee, but raw.
Start over, if you got it, start over. Start all over.
Okay. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 15. But also they burnt the fat. The priest servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest, for he will not have sodden flesh of thee, but raw.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, it's when these dudes started. They wanted to eat the lamb raw, which is going against the law because you can't eat the blood. The Lord said the life is in the blood.
That's what Esau Edom do.
Yeah,
Eat raw meat.
Right.
That's all they do. You go look at when they go to a restaurant or they cook something. It's always raw, man.
Oh, Esau that. Esau did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Esau
when he got
when he got that from his
the
brother.
pottage, from Jacob.
Yeah. You know, because Esau Edom love raw meat. That's why when you look at them, when they cut their meat, it's always bloody. Because you're not supposed to eat meat that is bloody, man.
They want their cow mooing and moving. Still on the plate, mooing and moving.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
so Esau Edom, so-called white man, that's what he do, man. He like raw meat. He might as well just kill the cow and just go and eat it. He's a wild beast, man.
Well, sometimes they do that when they go hunting.
Yep.
They'll go hunting and they'll cut it like that, and
they'll
like,
eat
yeah,
because I remember watching Life Below Zero, and the dude over there, he's going to shoot he was usually going to shoot one of those deer over there. What they call them?
elk.
Moose.
Yeah, moose. And he would take the heart and eat the heart.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't even put it on the stove. He wouldn't even put it on fire. He just eat it. Oh, this tastes good. That's why you know y'all the devil, man.
Sometimes when they do put it on fire, they'll just only sear the top, the very top, and then leave
For
it
2
still all
seconds.
really bloody. Yeah,
Bloody, yeah.
And the inside bloody as hell. Why? Because y'all devils, man. Y'all wicked. Y'all don't mind the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Y'all don't mind the law.
They put
Right.
his words behind them.
Right behind you.
It's a burdensome thing to him.
Man.
Okay, yeah, Leviticus 17 and 13. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel or of strangers that sojourn, which the strangers are still Israelites.
Yep.
Don't get it twisted. Those strangers are other Israelites who went out and lived other places. But if those strangers are Israelites that will come back amongst the fold,
They didn't
among
come back
you
after
which
captivity.
hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I say unto the children of Israel, ye shall not eat the blood of any manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is in the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off, man. So you're gonna be cut off from the nation, man. You're not longer gonna be considered an Israelite, which that's why people don't understand about the whole thing about it being the strangers. And now we're coming back as the time that the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians didn't know that we were Israelites, and now we're coming back. Now we know that we're Israelites, because at one time we all got cut off. But now we're coming back, and now we know to keep the laws. You don't eat of the blood, man. And that's what the elder is going into, the brother is going into about those other Israelites. These were Levites, so they definitely knew the law. But yet they were still trying to eat it bloody, because they're trying to follow the customs of the heathens, man. And that's why the Lord put them to death. Right? The Lord killed them for doing that, man.
He told us not to learn the
Right?
way of the heathen.
Because you were making bad sacrifices, man. And that's what we're here to do. We were here to make a good sacrifice, because any of us could drop dead for doing a bad sacrifice. Right? That's why we say we make our call and election sure, man. Right? With fear and trembling, man.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 2, and it says, "Thus said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt."
This is again the Most High speaking, adding that remembrance to our mind about what these devils did. You know what I mean?
Verse 3, "Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not." But
Now this was the commandment given to King Saul. You know what I mean? And this is the beginning of our tribulations.
it says, "But slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox, sheep, camel, and ass."
We were to completely wipe him off the face of the planet. Him and all of his possessions. Everything he owned, everything he touched, everything he smelled, hey, get rid of it.
But this had to happen actually, because when we read those other verses, it said that he'll be cut off forever at the end.
Yeah.
So actually, had to do that to fit prophecy, because they're going to be the ones who get destroyed at the end.
Right,
so even though he did it, it was supposed to be so it fits prophecy. But he still didn't do what he was told, so therefore the Lord ripped the kingdom from him.
Right, and that's
So-
that's right here.
Verse 9, it says, "But Saul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly."
So, I mean, this is what we were saying. King Saul didn't follow the commandments that he was given, but this was all destined to be that way, so that, we could deal with we would be in this position now. And this is just going to show the Most High's power.
Yep.
All of it that happened, like he told Pharaoh, hey, I raised you up just to show my power in you.
Yes,
So this is the same reason Amalek was raised up.
Yep.
This is the reason why he stands in high places. And then go ahead and grab that finish off the 11.
Verse 10, it says, "Then came the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai unto Samuel, saying," verse 11, "And repent is me, that I have set up Saul to be king, for he has turned back from following me."
And then this was destined, because this is how King David was going to move into that position of rulership. This is how the house of David was going to be formed. This is why the scriptures tells us for the lineage of Yahushua all the way back to King David. This is why everything happened as it was meant to happen. But King Saul still transgressed, and the Most High, it repented him, because although he did, and although the Most High knew what he wanted to happen, you know, hey, he still expects you to do what you're told.
Right.
You know. Keep going.
Start on the top, verse 11. It says, repent of me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he turned back from following me, and hath not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, all night.
You see the difference between Saul and King David, because Saul could have repented, you know, and made amends and corrected himself. But here's the difference.
Grab that. Oh, hold on. Let me get that because let me get this real
Let
quick.
him bring this and then go ahead. Yeah.
Because you were saying about the thing.
I just want to touch
Okay,
on
go ahead,
and
go ahead.
then bring that out. Yeah.
This is 1 Samuel 15 and 20. And it says, and Saul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
See here, this is why Saul's punishment was what it was. Because unlike King David, when he made the mistake, he came clean. He didn't try to hide behind the lie. But right here, we see why Saul had to deal with what he had to deal with. Because instead of coming clean to the prophet of the Lord when he was questioned, and he knew that this man was the prophet of the Lord. There was no doubt in Saul's mind.
Oh, Samuel. Oh, Samuel.
You know, Samuel was the prophet of the Lord. You know, so at this moment, this was his moment to make amends because Saul was an Israelite. You know, there's Most High make room for us to repent. You know,
Well, that's why now you got the house of Saul.
the house of Saul and the house of David. Come.
Because of his disobedience. And that's exactly what those that know they're Israel right now, they're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Did you read that other part?
Disobedience.
No, yeah, I'm about
Yeah, go ahead, that out and bring yours out.
to. And have gone the way which the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
Did he say the part about it's witchcraft? The rebellion is witchcraft?
I don't think that was in that.
Is that the one
No,
with
it
Saul?
wasn't.
Because it says there's something about it's
I think it's somewhere else.
when King Saul, I think that is. I think that's
I think it was where I was at.
Let's bring that out after you bring, or you know where
Yeah.
it's at?
yeah, because that rebellion, because he disobeyed. Remember, because Saul disobeyed, and Samuel said that rebellion was like basically like the rebellion of witchcraft, I believe.
For rebellion is the sin of witchcraft.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's what it's
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
that's in the same chapter?
Yeah,
Oh,
bring
keep
it out.
going,
Bring
keep
it
going.
out since he, yeah, go ahead, jump down to that. And then,
Okay, this
but
is,
there's meat
first-
in the middle of that. Is there meat in the rest of that between there, or
It goes to the spoil.
no? Just go down. Yeah, bring that out since he brought it up.
Okay, this is 1 Samuel 15 and 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery. But thou hast rejected the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He has also rejected thee from being king.
Oh, that's what it is.
And that speaks volume to our people right now, because our people are practicing extreme witchcraft. You know, they're very stubborn, very rebellious. You know, are in this stiff neck. You know what I mean? If you tell them what's right, they don't want to hear it. They want to hear what they daddy Esau tells them.
Yeah.
If Esau say it's right, hey, that's what they want to go with. You know, they like their father the devil.
Okay. Yeah. The main thing I was saying about that is it said that his rebellion is witchcraft, and then later on he goes to that seer,
Yeah,
right? He goes to the seer,
Yeah,
the seer, which is witchcraft,
right.
and goes and basically calls on Samuel
Yeah,
out
yeah.
from the dead, and basically it shows that his sin was the sin of witchcraft at the end, you know, at the overall end. His sin was witchcraft, and that's ultimately where the Lord said, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you and your son."
This night, hey,
Yeah.
hey, Samuel told him, this night you gonna be with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which proves, hey, which proves
Yeah,
there's no
with the
hell.
media.
Which
Right,
proves,
right,
hey, where's
right.
your hell in that?
Right.
Where's your hell doctrine in that? He said, "This night you're gonna be with me."
You know?
And Samuel was definitely a righteous
Why
man.
troublest
So,
thou
where,
me? Yeah.
so where was Samuel? Samuel, a righteous man, was in hell? No.
No,
He
Was
was
he
in the
burning
spirit
forever?
world.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring out what you had, and then if anybody got
Yeah.
okay.
Says Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and the former ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
The Lord of Lords, man, hey, the Most High, there is none greater. And what did he say? Where's that? He looked around and see if there was any other God.
Yeah, and there
You
was
know,
none.
there was none.
Yeah.
Hey, there's only
Hey,
man.
the Lord's clowning right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah, he's showing off when he did that. Look, I looked and I searched as if the Lord really needed to do all that.
Right,
but
right.
He, you know, he was being facetious about it. Yeah.
So all you nations that thought it was over when you did what you did to us, and it's wrong for us to want retribution. Hey, man, it's already written. You know, it's already been declared.
And you can call your other gods.
You know? And we
Call
didn't
on your
declare it.
God. Yeah.
Our power declared it.
Call on your God and
Right.
tell him to come help you.
You know? Hey,
Tell him to come save you from what's about to happen.
you better hope he's woke or not on vacation. You know?
Maybe he's sleeping.
Hey, that's beautiful, man. Hey, go ahead and break that out.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, and verse 5, and it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that I will raise up unto David a righteous branch. That's Yahweh Shai. It says, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and judge justice in the earth. And is there justice in the earth right now? No.
But it's not.
And everything's backwards, especially over there in the land of Israel.
Come on,
You got what, Pink City?
You saw it, guys.
Now you got Pink City. You got what? You got a mosque. You got
All religions
yeah,
are
all
over there in
religions
that
over
land.
there.
In that land.
So
You know?
it's not
Jewish.
righteous judgment in the
Yeah.
earth.
Righteous.
YOUWISH.
Verse 6, it says, in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and his name whereby shall be called the Lord our righteousness.
And
See?
read that one more time. That in there. Who's gonna be saved?
It says, in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely.
So again, all you Christians, man, I'm not hearing in there Christians will be saved.
Or
You know what I
everybody.
mean? And I'm saved by the blood of Jesus. You know, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing Jacob and Israel
Yep.
all through the scripture.
I don't even see
Which
Esau.
You know?
is to the elect.
Right.
Right. Well, and these devils in the Holy Land saying that they're them. Well, they're you know what? It says in his day they should be saved and they should dwell safely. There's no safety over there.
None.
They're always what dodging those missiles.
Let
they-
that
but they
iron
had
dome get
I was
overwhelmed.
gonna say they had to create the Iron Dome.
Yeah.
So if you're dwelling safely and you ain't afraid, why would you need to create an Iron Dome?
And them
Exactly.
Palestinians figured out how to do that, just overwhelming.
Yep.
And it don't catch everything. You know what I mean? Hey, but not only that, if you were the people, why is war still going on?
Right.
Why was there war right after you moved in? And not only that, but we were put out of the Canaanites were put out of the land for their abomination. That
Then
land don't
we got
accept
put out.
wicked.
We got put out for our abomination.
We got put out
Yeah,
for
they-
our
they got-
abomination.
So they think that somehow they're not going to get put out?
You
Yeah.
think you can have Pink City in our land?
Yeah.
In the land of the Most High? His favorite? That's his valley.
Mm.
Are you?
Wow.
That's
make
not
it
even a question, man. You are. You're stupid. You know what I mean? You're not paying attention to history, man. Everybody that transgressed was put out of there in the worstest of ways. We didn't just leave out quiet like, you know.
Like
Hey.
he said, y'all just pack y'all
Yeah,
stuff
pack
up.
your shit and get
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
We were put out of that land violently, just
Right.
like the Canaanites was put out of that land violently. You think, hey,
Grab your favorite
Man.
clothes and your favorite toys.
Uh-uh.
And you can just grab your favorite
You know?
stuff and pack it up in a nice little sack and just walk on. It's okay. Nah, we got fucking destroyed, man.
Yeah.
78
Yeah.
deep is no joke.
You
Other
running
ones,
out of there watching
the Babylonians
pipes
was no joke when
kids
they
on
came and got
pipes.
us, man.
Yeah.
Any of those captivity that we
Yeah.
went out of the thing, came back to the land, went out to the land and came back
Man,
to the land.
violent.
And this time we haven't been back to the land.
Right.
After 70
Right.
AD, we
You'll
haven't
see
been
it
back.
no more again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, and if you made it out of that land, you passed by your brothers and families and members of our house heads on pikes.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Watching all kind of shit happen to your people.
Oh, we starved first too. They starved
Right,
us.
right. Eating our own children.
They put
You
those,
know?
They put those palisades out there to make a wall so we couldn't run out to slow us down so they could just stab us
Right.
when we're trying to run away.
Once again, Amalek.
Right.
Who were the Romans?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Esau, you just read.
Amalek.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native, man. You know? Hey, but you indigenous tribes, you 10 indigenous tribes, you didn't know until now. You were introduced to this devil again later on.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man, we went through hell with this devil. You know?
Hey, but you know who want to save them the most? Judah, Benjamin,
Judah,
Levi.
Benjamin, and Levi.
The ones who should know who this
Man,
devil is.
man,
The white man, the white man.
you know?
the
More
white
of y'all
man.
dumb niggas going against Yeezy than against the people that you know are screwing you over.
Yo.
You know Yeezy ain't lying, but you still, oh, he must be crazy. Put him back on his meds. No,
Yeah.
you need to get off your meds. Shit.
Hey, yeah, but like the brother said, who gonna help them? It says Isaiah chapter 47 and 12, stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thus has labored from thy youth, if so be thus shall be able to profit, if so be thus mayest prevail.
So they gonna have to save you. The
Yep.
gods that you've chosen are gonna have to be the gods that save you.
That's why I said when they
You know?
Thus are weary in the multitude of thy counsels, and they keep going through different councils right now.
Right,
Yep.
right,
Right?
Yeah.
All these different summits and
As
different
we
things.
speak,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
How are we gonna combat this?
Yo.
You know? Keeping it quiet is no longer an option anymore.
Yo.
You know what I mean? For the longest, and the elders and the apostles been out for the longest, you've been able to keep this thing under wraps to a degree. But that time is over now.
So let now thy astrologers and the stargazers and monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
The Lord's mocking.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck.
Because he said when I send the thermonuclear missiles,
Right, right.
and when the chariots come on you, call on your power, on your God to save you from all.
And
Hey,
it didn't say that might come again. It's coming.
It's coming.
And if it was said, the Most High said it, it was put on paper, and it's gonna come into fruition.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Iron Dome can't stop a hypersonic missile.
No.
So okay.
Hey, it can't stop it when it's bombarded with too many. When they bomb a whole bunch of missiles from Palestine,
Man.
out of 30 or 40, 3 or 4 of them getting in there
Yo.
and
Well,
doing damage.
well,
Sometimes
damage,
even
straight
more than
damage.
that.
Well, I just read an article, Slocky, that Iran, they're upset because they're being blamed that they sent drones over to
Russia. Yeah.
Yeah, so Iran's gonna get into here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, all of it's coming.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
coming.
the Most High said is the Euphrates is being dried up.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
And
Along with the
yeah.
Mississippi.
And who's Iran hate? Iran hates Israel.
Right.
So
Right.
the least of the flock should draw them out, man. So
Yeah.
it's coming.
And then water's coming out of the desert in Arabia, from nowhere, shooting out of Arabia.
Wow.
It's just shooting out.
So we
Because the
see-
Lord said that He's going to make a river in a dry place. So out there in
A lot of
Arabia,
things going
water's
on,
just
man.
shooting out,
A lot.
and it's making a river right now. So a
And
lot
we
of
see,
man.
we
Prophecy.
see these things coming on. We see the prophecy
Man.
being fulfilled, man.
Man.
And you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American, all y'all want to do is see what Esau wants y'all to see, man.
Well, Esau got him on that party and bullshit
Yeah.
spirit. You know
I
what I
want
mean?
to party. I want to go out to the club and go to concerts.
Since our fathers just fell asleep, all things have been as they are. So,
Yep.
you know, we ain't worried about that no more. We
Yep.
going to do our own thing. Hey,
Yep.
your own thing is going to cost you your life,
Your
man.
life.
You know? Come on, bring that, yep, and then whatever.
Verse 6, it says, in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is the name whereby he shall be called, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, our righteousness. Verse 7 says, therefore behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up that which led the seed of the house of Israel. Run that back again. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. See, and that has not happened yet.
Nope.
So, you know, what was that movie, Charlton Heston?
These are those Gentiles, that's innumerable number, man.
The Exodus, you know.
Yeah,
Charlton
Oh,
Heston,
yeah, Moses.
Yeah, what is that in the movie? I don't know.
Did they just call it Moses or something?
I don't know.
Moses. Yeah, it's called
Moses,
Moses.
yeah.
That was the name of the movie?
Yeah.
Well, what's the new movie of this Exodus? There is none. It hasn't happened yet.
No.
So these damn devils, they're not the people.
No.
They're not in the land. I mean, they're in the land, but they're not the people.
They're not the people of that land. You know what I mean? They going around taking everything that you know Yahweh Hashem Yahushai given us and taking it upon themselves.
How come only the 12 tribes of Judah went back?
Oh, the Ten Commandments. That's
Yeah,
the
the
movie.
Ten Commandments.
It's been so long.
Oh,
since I
yeah,
watched it. The
yeah,
Ten Commandments.
you're right.
But the
Yeah.
new one is called Moses.
Exodus. That's the new one. It's called Exodus.
Okay, the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one before that was Moses.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Ten Commandments and Moses did
The newest one was, I forget the actor's name.
All I remember is that first one didn't have any so-called Israelites in it. Nothing but damn Edomites.
They always
You know?
all Edomites.
Right.
All
And then the
three
Edomites are the Egyptians.
groups. Yeah.
You know, they everybody,
But
man.
what gets me is when remember when Jacob went into Egypt, they didn't know that he was a Jew.
Right.
But if the Edomites was the actual Jews, how come they didn't stand out? How come the Egyptians didn't know who the Jews were when Jacob went into Egypt, but yet the so-called Esau Edom is the Jews?
Hey, how
They
come
would've stood out.
How come Pharaoh didn't recognize? Hey, why didn't he say, "Hey, who's that little nigga baby"?
Well,
That ain't one of our Hamites.
Well, there were no Jews there
You know what I
yet,
mean?
but they were Hebrews. They were the Hebrews, not the Jews, but the Hebrews. Yeah,
Yeah, but they were still dark skinned.
yeah.
But Esau Edom said that Jacob is white.
Supposed to Joel, third chapter.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna go
When
to,
you go and look at the Ten Commandments or
they're not.
Exodus, it shows you that Jacob
Right,
was
right.
white. That Abraham was white. Well, if Abraham was white and if Jacob was white, how come he didn't stand out with the Egyptians? He would have stood out. You know?
Right, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Bring us back out of captivity.
Right out of it.
You know, and that goes into, you know, the way they've bastardized this English language. Because if you read that, you almost think he's going to bring us back into captivity again. But that's really saying he's going to bring us out of captivity.
Right.
And this is our final captivity.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Verse
We,
2.
the seed of our forefathers, you know, they act like once you got here, you stopped being the seed of your forefathers and you became the seed of two different white men that bumped nasties and created black folk. You know, hey, that didn't happen. We are the seed of our foreparents, the children of the prophets.
That's right.
That's who we are.
They're nasty indeed too.
Man, two white dudes bump nasties, and that's where you African Americans came from.
Hey, well, they making these Americans believe that a man can have a baby now.
Yeah.
Well, the way they gutting them out and redoing their shit, you know, hey, that's why these other nations is really, they're appalled by you people, man, and they don't want you in their lands no more.
Sure don't.
Influencing their children, influencing their women. You know what I mean? Hey man, they shit. Hey, that's why hey, America's gonna get attacked so hard. It's gonna be beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful. And the Most High, his elect are gonna be safe through all of this.
That's right.
There's gonna be no problems with his elect. None. Quit.
Verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Yehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people Israel and for my heritage Israel.
Again, we seeing that language barrier again. He's gonna plead with these other nations. So you Americans really believe in your Christianity state with all the love. You think the Most High coming with the love. Oh God, please, 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 you know, my people, the Christians, you know, my people, all my people that are saved already before I got here, you know. Hey, you people are foolish, man. Foolish, sottish children.
Yep.
When he pleads, he gonna be judging. That's gonna be judgment coming.
That's right.
You know?
Says whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And which one of you Christians was scattered? None that I know of. You everywhere. Come.
It's Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 5, and it says, therefore says the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
Now who's in that land? Anybody?
Amalek.
And,
And what's it called?
and the
Israel.
Palestinians. Right, that's divided. That land is divided.
Right.
But who is trying to put the Palestinians out?
Amalek.
Trying to take it all.
Yep.
Something that don't belong to you, you want all of it.
All
Yeah,
of
I got plead, which is Shapat. It's
I was Shabbat, Judge.
Shapat. To act as a lawgiver, judge, governor of God, man. And I'm just gonna get to the point. Final judgment.
Oh shit.
Man,
That's it all. Hey.
that's so long.
Hey, what you call him in that Judge Drew?
Yeah,
Judge Dredd?
yeah.
I am the law.
I
Yeah,
am the law.
Hey, that's
Hey,
what we're
you
gonna be,
people
Judge
think you
Dredd.
get it.
Oh, that's what we're gonna be, the 144,000 Judge Dreds.
Man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
how
yeah.
wrap this
Yeah,
up?
we're gonna be
Yeah.
the judge, the jury, everything, and the
And the
execution.
And your
And the
execution.
execution.
And your enslaver.
And you're in slavery.
Yeah.
And
We're
we
gonna
ain't
be all
thinking
in
to
one.
just kill you right off top.
Right
You
off
gotta
top.
go into slavery. Death is the sweet
That's
release.
nice. 144,000 Judge Dreds, man.
You know what I mean?
Judges.
Hey, you know,
Kings of
death
earth.
is too good for you people, man.
So you see, and like we said earlier, we have the receipts. We know who's
Yeah.
in that land, and it's not Israel.
Nope.
It's not
at all.
Israel.
Not at
Because
all.
they say they went back in 1948
Yeah.
by the Balfour Declaration. Where's
Yeah.
that? Where's that in scripture?
King
That
Al,
is
King
King
Alfred
Alfred or
Well, you got those people that's out there in Pomona, but then that's not all 12 tribes.
Nope.
And they don't believe in the Messiah, so that's not the fulfillment.
Oh,
No.
yes,
So-
yes,
and
that
you
rabbi,
weren't
that
told
rabbi,
to take your ass home.
that rabbi that was said he's been speaking with the Messiah. You guys see that article?
I see
You
that.
ever seen that?
Nah, not yet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you have to send me that.
Yeah, he said he's been having meetings with the Messiah already.
Oh, that's all. That's a whole. That's all.
You know, I remember seeing something about they were building that third temple
that too.
underground.
He was building
You know
a
what I mean?
third temple underground.
Right.
Now wait, underground. A
You know?
third temple being built underground.
Under
Well, I
the
wanna
Temple
know
Mount
where
or
that-
whatever.
That's,
yeah.
that's for the missiles, man. They know what's
I
happening.
want to know where that's at in the scripture. To
Right,
build a temple
right.
underground. I ain't never read it.
Yeah, because the Lord said, you should not. No, your teacher should not be hidden or hidden or
yeah.
confounded. They should
Yep.
not be put in
Anymore.
a corner anymore. To
Right.
be under the ground, that's like being put in the corner.
Hidden,
You're
you
hidden.
know.
Well, we're supposed to be a light amongst the world. What it says, we're a light on the hill and can't be hidden.
And then if the
So-
Most High dwells not in temples made by hands, how you think he gonna dwell in the underground temple?
That's what I'm saying.
This third temple is a living, breathing man,
Man.
lively stone.
Yep.
With Yahushua as the cornerstone.
Yep.
Hey, man, that stone is gonna roll down and crush you people, man. You know, We're living in beautiful times because your demise is swiftly coming. Everything you're doing to avoid it is only perpetuating it to come further quicker.
Because you tell you that your body is the temple. So if your body is the temple, that's where he dwells. He dwells with what, man?
Right.
He don't dwell in temples made by hand. He dwells in us.
And he's not dwelling in these defiled temples.
So
if you're still doing all of this abominable works, sucking down every abominable food you can get, doing all kind of vile and contemptible things to your vessel, if you haven't repented and turned from your transgressions, guess who's not dwelling in you? Guess who's not blessed and highly favored? Guess who ain't saved?
Yeah, I got. Well, I know I got that article. It says Israeli rabbi says he's already holding meetings with Messiah. It says a snapshot of Israel's spiritual hunger as the biggest rabbis are afraid to leave the country lest they miss the Messiah's coming. These fucking devils are nothing but liars.
And what does the scripture say? Every eye shall see him. If somebody tells you he's over there, believe them not.
Right.
and they tell you in the desert, don't go run into the desert.
He ain't there.
Fucking
And they
devils.
tell you he's standing on the mountaintop, don't go run into the mountain. He ain't standing on there. Y'all fools, man.
I got one. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh,
That's right.
and the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you. Right? So know that which temples ye are, man. You're the temple, man.
Right.
We are the temples, man.
We're the temple.
Right.
So how in the world do you be trying to build a third temple when the men out here and the four winds, man, not just here in America, but in the four winds of the earth now, that's out there preaching in truth and sincerity with their sackcloths on, man. We're in mourning, man. We're because I was thinking about that when you said earlier, just reminded me. We said about that we're pleading with the Lord that says, please do not hold back your thing when you was reading Psalms 83.
Okay, yeah.
We said not plead, but it's also Apostle Gabar always goes back into it, says that we're groveling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
So
that.
it's kind of like we're groveling to to beg the Lord to forgive us, man, and to come back and to recognize that we went off, man.
Not be still anymore.
We're just going
Right.
into. You said that the temple now it's us. The elect. What begins with the elect. And what have they always done? They've always tried to take down the temple. Well, they did.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to come to do again, man.
Oh, yeah,
take down the temple.
They're going to come
With
try
great
to
wrath.
take down the
They're
temple.
not-
Great
they're not
wrath,
gonna
man.
No
prevail.
rest till he make what? Israel praise in the earth.
Yeah.
That's right. Because they're not going to prevail when they come against the temple this time. Because you know what?
Big brother's coming.
Big brother's coming. How about you? Shotgun.
I'm gonna bring this out real quick, and then if y'all got anything.
Finish it off with that one. I'm good. I'm good too.
Okay, let me okay. Let me bring this out then. This is Salakia. This is
Oh, I got
Matthew
one.
24.
I got one.
And I'm going to start here, Matthew 24 and 24.
Uh-huh.
For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
It's not possible though.
Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers. Believe it not.
Underground.
No,
He's in that
underground.
underground fucking temple.
Right,
In the
believe it
secret
not.
chamber.
Now that's Satan.
Come.
He's underground. The third temple under the ground.
Verse 27. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
I mean, everybody.
Man, from the east to the west.
To the west.
You know?
He's not going to change that.
Hey,
He's not going to change. He said, I change not. He's not going to change what he said and what he's going to do. He's going to do what he said he's going to do.
it's going to be beautiful because
Man, beautiful.
literally he's going to be coming just moments ahead of the missiles.
Man.
You know what I mean? As he comes from the east, guiding all 200 million And that's going to include American missiles too. If you don't think they're going to get turned back
Man.
on your own heads, hey, the angels are going to guide those missiles where they got to go. The Most High Spirit's going to be in there.
Yeah.
He going to have full control over your technology.
Man,
Yeah.
You know?
we might make it to where you know America's gonna try to launch missiles. They're gonna blow up
Blow
right
up
there.
in the
Blow up.
side, yeah.
Because you don't know. The angel could just put his hand on the missile
Yeah.
to stop it from going up,
Yeah.
and it just blow the hell up.
Hey, they've
You know what I
shown
mean?
they've shown videos already of angels interfering with these rockets
Yep.
and things, and them
Yep.
detonating on the platform,
Yep.
all kind of stuff. You people already know you don't stand a snowball's chance in hell, man.
Nope.
You know.
Says Revelation chapter 1, verse 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, right, which is the chariots, so-called UFOs or UAPs, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him,
Regeneration.
and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen.
You know, and I tend to wonder too, the ones that pierced him, whether or not he's going to allow their sight to go back to when they actually did it. Even though they're in that new vessel, you know what I mean? Like, you know how like Esau would show them flashbacks?
Yeah.
Right.
Whether or not in their mind's eye they're going to actually see themselves doing what they did.
Yeah.
You know? Man, because, hey, there's no power that the Most High doesn't possess.
That's right.
Nothing he can't do.
That's right.
So, hey, to bring your stupid ass into remembrance of your actions, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man.
This is
Did you give him something to read?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I remembered.
Just
Yeah, bring it out and then you bring it in.
then we'll finish out with that.
Yeah, come.
It's Jeremiah 49:10.
Okay. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare.
Right.
I have uncovered his secret place, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
Right.
That's basically, you know what I mean? We know who you are now. You know what I mean? You Spaniards, you so-called Germans, you so-called French, you so-called Americans. You're not hidden anymore. You know what I mean?
Though, we know who's over there in the Holy Land.
Amalek,
Yeah.
right.
Amalek.
The house of Satan.
Right.
We know who you are now. You can't hide. There's no turning back.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It can't be turned off. It's
Nope.
not like you can be like, I ain't him. Okay, all right, well then I'll go back to. No, we already know now. There's no turning back. This thing is turned on. It's like a faucet when the handle's busted. You can't stop the water.
Nope.
And this is flowing at this point. The Most High Spirit has been pushing. Hey, this thing is out there. You're fully exposed. Your slip is showing. Hey, and we seeing all your nastiness, all your vile, vicious, contemptible, wicked is all fully exposed and being fully even more brought into the light.
See, and
Everything you did in the dark is being brought fully into the light.
See, it's beautiful what the Lord, he's using Kanye,
Yeah.
to bring out what
Yeah.
the devil, has done.
Yeah.
What he continues to do.
That's right.
So I mean, Lord willing, that helps, bring more people to go and search.
And it's bringing a lot of these upper crust people, our people, into a judgment. Because you're hearing Kanye and you denying it, and that's settling your judgment right then and there. Because you're not going to do any research. You're not going
They
to
know.
follow up on
Those
anything.
other
Right.
ones, they know.
Right.
They already know. And that's why you say it's bringing judgment, because they
Yeah.
know, but this is the guy who's coming to bring it forth.
Yeah.
And they could have all did it, but
Yeah.
now that's a judgment
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
now you
Yeah.
didn't step up.
Most
Even-
High is accelerating this thing.
Even
Right.
Ice Cube supposed to be the toughest guy. They talk about how he this tough guy, but when all I think he was, oh no, I'm not part of that. I don't know why he mentioned me, and I don't know.
You're scared of Amalek. Scared of Amalek.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is Revelation. It
Did you have
shows.
anything before you bring
this-
that
Yeah,
up?
yeah. I
Okay.
get it.
Let us- Yeah, because
Yes.
you're going to close on what you
This
got.
is Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
That's a godless person.
Yo.
I got one more little thing.
You know. So we know who's dwelling in our land.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And he has no God.
None. He
You
got
know?
an idol.
Man.
That's all he got.
You know? So, hey, we're seeing his collapse. We're seeing the collapse of this Christianity. You know, Christianity is like a drowning person, you know, gurgling water, but still trying to push things. You're right. On his way down for that third time, and nobody's jumping in there to save you, dude. You know what I mean? Christianity is done. It's a wrap. It's washed up.
Let me get this precept right there.
Okay, yeah.
Before you get
But,
that.
but,
This is Revelation 2 and 9. It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Woo.
And you go and look at the people over there on the land, they're not in poverty.
No.
They ain't in poverty.
No.
No, they got all the riches.
The
They ain't in
diamonds,
poverty.
the gold.
well, except for their little, their lower level. So that's what
Right.
they'll be
Yes,
like. See,
yeah.
not all of us. See,
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
And see, they don't want to keep pointing. That's why he said it's so beautiful what Kanye is doing,
Yeah.
because he's
Mhm.
basically
Yeah.
pointing the finger at all
Right,
these
right.
rich people.
Right.
And how is it that they're able to blanket us? When we do one thing wrong, they blanket all you niggas is thieves
Yeah.
and drug
Yeah.
dealers.
Yeah.
All you motherfuckers
The
ain't
whole
no
lot
good.
of you.
All
No,
of you
everybody.
for one person. So we all got blamed for OJ.
Yeah.
We all got blamed for any other so-called black person that does it. But when one white person do something, oh, it was just him.
You,
Right.
you,
That's
put, you
all.
put
It
the
was
finger
just
at them, man, and
Oh,
yeah,
man.
but you're
Hell.
blanket that. But that's what he said. I'm doing. He said I'm gonna blanket all of you. I'm gonna show you how I it feels. And then, like the elder's been going into, how if you go and see who you can't complain about, then it obviously know who rules over you.
That's right.
You can't make anything self-criticism or anything. They can't take it. They're like little children, like what they were saying before.
right.
And that lets you know they in charge of that Moism too, because
Oh, right.
you can't talk about them,
Oh, yeah.
and you can't talk about Amalek.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Seems like it's two of the same pod.
Yep.
You know,
Mm.
they promote that shit, man. That's why Pink City is the largest gay parade on the planet.
Lord,
You know,
yeah. But thou art rich. And who's rich?
we
See,
rich.
we're rich. Because we got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth, man. And it says, and I know the blasphemy. When you go to the word blasphemy, it means a filthy lie, man. It means a filthy lie. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And who's the synagogue of Satan? They over there on the land talking about they the Jews. They Jewish.
Yeah, let's just make sure we qualify. That's actually talking about
Yeah,
wicked Israelites. But we're gonna use it for them. Yeah,
We can
hell
use
yeah.
that to
yeah.
Too
like
cold. Many
Hell
times
yeah.
the scriptures is too cold.
You know,
Hell yeah.
we can use this. It is going to our people, but we can use that for Esau Edom, man. You know, we
That's
can
right.
refer that to them
That's
damn
right.
devils, man. They the physical counterpart of Satan.
Right.
You know, of the spiritual Satan, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
because our people today don't even know that they're Israelites.
Yeah.
So that's why at that time it was for the
Yeah, it was
for
for
our
our
people back
Yeah.
then.
Right.
But then now, fast forward to now, it's them because they're the one who's there.
That's
They're
right.
the
In the
one
land.
who's going into these temples,
Yeah.
which are called synagogues,
That's right.
which are going into their temple,
Their
and it's
temple.
going into that chief house, the chief house of Satan.
That's
They're the
right.
one who directly worshiping Satan.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they got the damn Babylonian Talmud, their oral circumcision, humping the damn wall. Where the hell is that in the scriptures? Yeah, where the hell is that in there? Come on, dumb.
Right. And that's the
King
scripture
Herod
say-
built that wall.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought that was a German, I mean,
Really did,
a
brother.
Roman garrison. Wasn't that wall is because they try to claim it's the temple wall, but the Most High said that land was level, and the Romans built the garrison. Okay, Herod built it. Stupid asses. You know? I can't wait to watch the Most High start pushing to have angels put their heads into the wall when they do that. So they crack their heads for
Oh,
real.
man.
See that when they do that?
Yeah, the humble wall.
The hump wall, humper wall. Yeah.
Right.
You know?
That's what I call it. It ain't the welling wall.
Repetitious
It's
prayer.
not the welling wall. It's the
Nah,
humping
the
wall.
humping wall.
Humping
All
wall.
kind of nastiness over there on that wall.
Morons, idiots.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 2:1, start at the top. It says the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai's house shall be established in the top of the mountains,
Governments.
All governments.
Yep, summits. Yeah,
and
top.
shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Bringing us the riches, the
Is
women.
anybody flowing into that?
No,
Not that, just
No.
Moles. Just
Moles.
Moles for Pink City Day.
Yeah.
You know? That's it. That's it, man. That's the only time there's a flow into Israel is on when they
Mole
little
Day.
celebration time.
yeah,
You know?
And the dead Christians,
yeah.
because basically they're dead, they're in the congregation of the dead.
Right,
So
right.
thinking they're really coming to visit the holy. Well, this was
You
where
know?
Jesus was at.
Yeah.
Jesus was not at the humping wall, man.
You know?
So, you know what I mean?
Nah, he was over there in
Well, Yahweh
Rome.
Shai, should I say?
Yeah, yeah,
No,
Yahweh Shai.
Jesus was in Rome.
Yeah.
He was the Catholic Pope's
Priest,
son.
yeah.
So yeah, you know, we don't want to, you know,
Caesarea,
negate his existence because Cesare Borgia existed,
Yeah.
you know,
At one time.
and died and stayed dead until he was regenerated again. You know, the same nasty ass shit he was on then, he probably was on now.
Yeah.
Probably one of them damn Christian preachers. The boy with the jets that looked like a damn devil.
He's right here. This is
Yeah.
this is him right here.
That's him right there.
This is Caesarea, reincarnated.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Reincarnated.
Oh, yeah.
Caesarea reincarnated right there.
Rothschild, yeah, David
Yeah.
Rothschild.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Caesarea
him.
reincarnated.
Hey, you
Bower
to a
you.
T.
Yeah. He's just a bower. Yeah.
Just the Bower.
He's just a bower.
Just the Bower that
Reincarnated.
everybody knows.
Damn peasant.
This verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to the house of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai from Jerusalem. And that hasn't happened yet.
No.
That hasn't happened yet. You know?
And what's beautiful about that is Esau, you never really gonna be able to learn the law.
Nope.
Which means your punishment is gonna always be perpetual.
Always.
Because you always gonna be fucking up for 1,000 years. You know what I mean? You never gonna be able to get it right.
And getting fucked up because he's getting double.
Come.
Yeah, because he
Come.
gonna keep fucking up. He gonna
You
get
keep
fucked up.
fucking up
Yeah.
until the Lord shows you mercy
Yeah, by
and allows
exterminating
you to be consumed
Yeah.
completely, man.
Obadiah 1:18.
Come.
Verse
Gather
4.
your ass up and burn you.
Verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords
Wait.
into plot.
Where are they rebuking many people for all their wickedness?
No.
Because it said the law should flow from it.
Yes,
So when the law's flowing from and you beat many people, that's you're beating them into submission
It's
under the law.
That's right.
And I
So
don't
where are
see
they
a
doing
rod
that?
of
They're
Iron
doing
in
it yet.
any of you damn devil's hands.
Yeah, because if they were
You know
the
what I mean?
people, they'd be establishing the law.
That's
and,
right.
and you have nations flowing to them,
That's
trying to
right.
learn from them.
And
Nobody
you-
want to learn
right.
from them.
Right.
Nobody want to learn from
Except
that
the
damn
Mo.
devil.
And there be infomercials on you breaking people into shivers.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Can you imagine watching that? I'm gonna have a TV program about watching you get broken to shivers. Boom! Just shatter all over like an old bomb.
That's
You
right.
know? Hey,
Hey, meditate terror,
that's
man.
gonna be
Shit.
publicized,
Terror,
man.
boy.
You being broken into shivers.
Yeah.
But I don't see that. That ain't happening. That's the law going out.
That's right.
I mean, that's. I mean, because when you're doing that, you're doing even the least of it. Like we went into about the blood and the meat. You should, right when somebody get ready to fucking eat a bloody steak,
Bow!
you should be
Yeah.
busting them in their fucking head.
Bunch of
Because you
wives
ain't
and white
You're not going around and beating
with
everybody.
the cameras so we
Nah,
can watch
he
them
want-
explode
he
in
wanna
the
eat it.
shivers.
He want to eat it. That damn devil want to eat
Yeah,
it.
bring a fork. Bring a fork.
He gonna bring his own knife and a fork. Ooh, it's good.
Looking forward to your son
And
being
then
born
bitch
so he
is-
can suck on his penis. You know?
nasty.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
nasty,
fucking
man.
pedophile.
All right, that goes into sucking blood.
Right,
there, that
right,
goes into
right,
blood.
right. Any way he can get it,
Anyway.
you know?
And they shall
That's some
beat their
real
sword.
They
never
were
even
giving,
thought about
they
it
were
like that.
giving babies diseases because his mouth is full of.
All kinds of
Herpes.
Yeah.
and
Come
shit.
on, brother, bring it
They're
up.
giving them herpes and shit.
Right, yeah, I'm tired of thinking about this stuff.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
Yeah, that's not happening right now.
Nope.
Right, the opposite is happening right now.
We're getting more and more missiles, more and more drones, more and other nations are now building up their war arsenal. You know, hey, man,
Yeah.
this culmination is getting ready
Matter
to
of fact,
be
this is-
beautiful.
Says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Hold on. This is what's happening right now.
Man.
This is Joel chapter 3,
Uh-huh.
verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say I'm strong. That's actually what's happening right now.
Right.
Why? Because Iran got their nuclear missiles. Was it North Korea shooting off all these missiles? Even right after the vice president left from there, they shot a couple of missiles, which he was letting you know I could have knocked down your plane. That was like a nice little way of showing I could have got you.
Now you got Saudi Arabia pissed off too.
Now you got Saudi Arabia. So that
And
part right there,
threatening
the brother
now.
ain't read ain't happening right now. So when you what they tell you when you cross out the things that's not lining up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3 strikes you out, whatever. You know what I mean? However you want to do it.
It goes
You know what I'm saying?
back to the
Process of
president.
elimination. That's what I
Right.
want to say.
Yeah.
Salakia.
Yeah.
Process of elimination. You should know that these devils are not the people, man.
Not
It
the
goes
people.
back to the president of Egypt.
That's right.
You left out black, came back white. Who are you? You know what I mean?
Right.
And the Most High is giving it to our spirit to know. He's Amalek.
That's right.
You know? So go ahead. You
Verse 5 it says, O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah.
It's time for us to start. And that light is his precept, the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
So it's time for Jacob, all of those who are given this gift to have understanding that the Most High hasn't blinded. It's time, man.
It's time.
It's time. You know? Turn, get yourself in order. So if anybody has any, you got anything? All right. So on that note, we hope this lesson was edifying. We want to close out by saying all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstones. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam
Hey man, it's time.
It is time. It's time for Yahweh Bashem.